A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Jerry of the Circus. Now for Jerry of the Circus.
Hey, what's going on here?
There's enough load on this rooming wagon now.
Yeah, says you. Listen, Buck and I've been loading wagons since before you was born.
But I'm trying to tell you, I ain't got my lead horses tonight.
Lead horses are not. 16 horsepower can't pull this load. I'll lead.
No, hold on there, Gabby. You may be wrong and have to eat whatever it is, so be careful what you say.
Now, listen, Spike. You know I'm willing to carry any kind of a load. But Chick's using the leads tonight. And if I had, I'd hitch up the wheel team instead.
Well, ever used them like that before?
Sure, once last season. But they're not so sure. Not having any wheel team, I gotta go easy on the load.
Yeah, you can sure think of more excuses for getting out of work than any guy I ever see.
Oh, hey, now, Gabby, Buck, cut that out. Now, listen, we've been working so hard, we're all goofy. Now, come on, cut out the fighting.
Fellas. Hey, I got an idea.
Oh, hello, Jerry. I forgot you were around.
Buck, why don't you let me ride the lead team?
What?
Well, you said they weren't used to leading.
Sure, it's the truth.
Well, then why not let me ride them? I'll get them safe on the street. You can handle the team you put on the wheels, and we'll be down to the runs before you know it.
Okay, kid, you're on.
Will it really help much, Buck?
Sure thing it will. Jerry can see where he's heading riding up in front like that. Guide him careful out of the ruts. Say, if you wanna, you may as well load the rest of the canvas. With Jerry riding up in front, we can handle anything.
Yeah, you see, it's lucky I stirred things up, or we'd had to wait and load in the wagon. Come on, Spike. Here, give me a hand, will you?
Okay. Here you go.
Say, thanks, Buck. That's one thing I've been wanting to do all season. Ride some of the lead horses off the lot. But the drivers have all been so busy, and...
Well, when I have the regular leads on, they're better than even a good driver.
Sure, I know. They can see better than we can, I guess.
I don't know about that. But after years of pulling these heavy wagons off the lot, they seem to have an instinct for the bad spots.
Hey there. Come on, wake up, Buck. We're ready.
Yeah, wait till I get this wagon boarded up. Okay, all set, Buck. I guess we'd sure appreciate a lift tonight.
Oh, boy, I'm done, and I don't mind saying it.
Oh, me too.
Hurry up, Jerry. Better ride Gypsy. She's on the left there.
Okay, Buck. Be there in a jiffy.
You two guys ready yet?
Well, say. Hey, drive easy, will you? Don't want to spoil my beauty sleep.
Beauty sleep me eye. With a mug like that? Say, you'd have to sleep 100 years.
Like Rip Van Winkle,
Yeah.
Go on, Buck. Get this pet of yours going, will you?
Hey, Buck, we're all set.
Okay, kid. Up there. Get going. Come on.
Well, there she blows. Well, Spike, suppose we settle down for a nice little snooze.
It's okay by me. Oh, what a life.
I'll say. Don't mind admitting I'm kind of done in. Gosh, I could go for a big steak right now.
2 in the morning?
Yeah, what's time got to do with being hungry?
Well, when we get to the runs, we'll get some grub. There's a restaurant I spotted near there.
Yeah, I saw it, too.
Oh, you don't miss much. Say, you've been with this outfit a long time, haven't you, Gabby?
Yeah, I'll say. Started when I was a punk like Jerry.
Run away from home?
How'd you know?
Thought you'd be a lion tamer, huh?
Hey, what is this? Who's telling my story?
Okay, you tell me then. I didn't mean to steal your stuff.
Well, seeing as you're so smart, I gave up being a lion tamer because I wasn't much bigger than Jerry.
Yeah? How come?
Oh, I was helping clean out the cages, and gosh, I was just nuts about the trainer. I thought he was tough.
Well, they usually are. That job takes a good man.
Yeah, well, you see, that day someone made a mistake and left the door loose between 2 of the wagons. One of the cats wandered into the cage I was cleaning, just as friendly as you please. And...
how'd you feel?
Boy, my heart still stops every time I think of it. I don't mind telling you, my hair stood right up on end. Every hair of my head. Hey, boy, I could feel them, all separate.
What? You scared of a nice, friendly lion?
Friendly? Say, that feline took one look at me and she let out a roar you could have heard for a mile.
Well, maybe she didn't like your hair standing up on end. You should have combed it.
Let me tell you, it wasn't so funny.
Doesn't look like she hurt you none.
Well, it just happened it was feeding time, and she must have...
Took one look at you and thought of raw meat, huh?
Yeah, you said it. But lucky for me, the guy what fed him was just wheeling a dinner around. He heard the roar, and he ran up to the cage, threw in a big slab of meat, and one of the guards grabbed me before I had time to even think.
Yeah? Takes you quite a while to think. I've noticed that.
Hey, now listen, don't be so smart. Anyhow, that cat took a hunk of meat to throw in instead of me, and so here I am.
Wise animal. She probably got the tenderest piece at that.
Yeah, is that so? Listen, I'm not so tough. I mean I...
Boy, you sure bite easy, Gabby.
Hey, you guys. Notice what a nice job Jerry's done getting us up on the street?
Well, how can anybody ever know what's going on with a Gabby guy like this around?
Gabby? Say, I can hardly tell my own story. You interrupt so much.
Hey, how am I doing?
Well, Jerry, want to come back now?
No, I like it here.
Hey, hold him steady there, Jerry, till that ambulance gets by.
Don't you worry. I can handle him fine.
You bet he can, too. That kid's a natural with horses.
Yeah? Say, you should have seen me with horses at that age.
Yeah? I'll bet you even made the horses laugh in those days.
Hey, that was Jason. Spike, Jason was in that ambulance.
You sure, Jerry?
Sure, I'm sure. Hey, see? They stopped over there by the runs.
Yeah, that's right. The ambulance was stopped over by the sleeping cars.
He said he was going to leave town with us, but I didn't think the doctor would let him.
You can't hold a good man down.
Hey, Spot.
What you want?
Mind stopping the team a second?
Sure thing. Something wrong? Hey there. Whoa there. Take it easy there. And a boy.
Say, thanks, Buck. Listen, I want to run over to the sleeping cars and see Jason a minute before he gets to sleep.
Sure thing.
Hey, Jerry, Gabby and me are heading for that eating place down by the tracks there. You want to come back and join us?
Nah, you bet I do. Don't think I'd turn down a chance to eat, do you?
No, not you.
Say hello to Jason for us, will you?
You bet. And thanks, Buck, for the ride.
Don't thank me. Golly, I'd have been in a swell spot. I hadn't had a good driver on that wheel team. It's quite a trick to put horses on that lead job when they ain't used to it. Thanks for the help, Jerry.
Oh, that wasn't anything. It was fun.
Well, I wish that waiter would step on it. I'm starved.
Funny Jerry's not here yet.
Don't worry about him. He'll be along. Hey, Spike.
Yeah?
That guy alone in that booth over there.
Oh, that big, good-looking one. He's one of the Rusovs.
Oh, sure. One of them Cossacks. He's sure been watching us ever since we came up to the counter.
Well, maybe he's thinking of putting you in his act.
Say, and I'd be good, too. Oh. Well, here comes the groceries.
Here you are, Jits.
Smells good. Pitch in, Gabby.
Don't worry. Say, you don't think maybe that Russian might really be thinking of using me in his act?
You never can tell. Maybe you're cut out to be an actor after all.
Maybe. Say, you don't know from peanuts. My folks always said I was born to be...
Hung.
No, sir, to go on the stage.
Yeah? Say, with your gift of gab, you should be a salesman.
Salesman? Say, I never told her that. I bet I'd be good at that, too. I bet I could sell electric fans in Alaska if I had to.
Oh, listen, Gabby. I thought you said you were hungry. Now, pitch in and stop talking. Your coffee will get cold.
Hey, Spike.
Oh, what's your hurry, Jerry?
Murray wants you right away. Said it was important.
Can't wait till morning?
Nope. I told him you were eating, but he said to get right over to the runs.
Oh, ain't that the limit?
I'll say. I gotta go back, too. Gee, that food sure smells good.
Yeah, and it tastes good, too. Never mind, fellas. I'll eat enough for all of you.
Well, I'll bet you will. Come on, Jerry. We better get going.
Yeah, he was sure in a hurry. So long, Gabby.
Yeah. Hey, waiter.
Yes?
Another cup of Java.
Coming up.
Hello. You are with the circus, yeah?
Yeah, sure. One of the canvasmen, Governor. Name's Gabby.
No, I knew I'd seen you on the lot. Mind if I finish my coffee here at the counter with you?
Oh, sure thing. Yeah, have a stool.
I was alone over there, and, well, I heard you two talking, so I thought
I guess we were. You'd know our mouth's kind of loud.
No, not at all. I was interested. In you, especially.
Me? Say, you wouldn't kid a fellow now, would you, Governor?
You struck me as an ambitious sort of man.
Yeah, that's me, all right. Always wanting to get ahead.
You men work mighty hard, don't you?
Yeah, I'll say. And I'm telling you, I've never shook a day's work in my life, I haven't.
I can believe that. But for so little.
What do you mean?
You are paid so little, and you work so hard. Now, the performers, they get decent wages, and they only work a short time in the ring.
Yeah. I often thought I wouldn't mind being a performer myself one of these days.
After all, you laboring men are the backbone of the circus. You don't think the show could open tomorrow if it weren't for you men, do you?
Yeah, boy, I'll say it couldn't.
I should think you deserve a little extra for all that.
Say, I see your point, Governor. Guess we should have more dough.
Oh, not my point. I wouldn't start anything for the world. But I can't help noticing things. You see, someday soon I'm going to have a circus of my own. And I intend to see that my men are taken care of. I admire men who know what they are worth and who demand that they get it.
Say, that's an idea.
The up-and-coming man of today is the leader of tomorrow.
Yeah, that's me, all right.
And I admire a man who knows what he's worth and demands his rights.
Oh, sure, that's me.
Why should an employer pay more if the men don't ask for it? You can't blame the boss. Indeed not. If the men are underpaid, it's their own fault. That's what I always say.
Say, I never thought of that.
Though I wouldn't want you to repeat this as coming from me.
Sure, I understand, Governor.
You've got to stand up for your rights nowadays to be respected. And once the working men learn to stick together...
Say, that's an idea. I'm a pretty nifty talker
Then
myself.
it's your duty to talk to the men and get them to demand their rights. But it takes a leader.
Yeah, I'm that, all right.
Yes, sir. This is a free country. But things are only ours when we take a stand and ask for them.
Say, I'm sure glad I talked to you.
Of course, I wouldn't want our little conversation to be repeated.
Sure, I understand. You can depend on me, Governor.
Have another cup of coffee?
Yeah, don't mind if I do. Thanks, Governor. You know, it's great talking to a man like you.
And I like talking to a man with courage and vision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is room. R-O-O-M.
Really?
You bet your life. The more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
That's me, Groucho Marx. Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples. Fenneman, who's first to try for it?
Well, a greeting card writer and a man who sells gadgets, Groucho. They were selected by our studio audience just before we came on the air, and here they are now. Mrs. Helen Ferries and Don L. Davis. I'd like you folks to meet Groucho Marx right over here.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers, and if you say the secret word, you'll divide $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Mrs. Helen Ferries.
Boris, isn't it?
Boris. Mm-hmm. And you're Mr. Davis, I presume.
Yes, sir.
Mr. You sell gadgets?
Yes, sir, I do.
Don, is that your name?
Yes, sir. Don.
I'll call you Mr. Davis,
Okay.
You can call me Don.
Okay.
Mrs. Helen Ferris, you're a greeting card writer, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Well, I've only one thing to say to you. Greetings.
Same to you.
Who do you work for, Helen?
Buzz Cardozo.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's in Korea, isn't it?
No. Mr. Buzza is the president, and Mr. Cardozo is chairman of the board. They're my bosses.
I see. Mr. Buzza buzzes Mr. Cardozo, and Mr. Cardozo buzzes you, huh? Who do you work for, Don?
Gadget of the Month Club.
The Gadget of the Month Club?
Yes, sir.
What's that?
That's the only organization in the world to take an idea and guarantee to sell and deliver at least 100,000 units of your idea.
Let me get this clear. If I have any ideas, you can sell them?
Yes, sir.
Occasionally I get a few ideas, but I doubt if you could sell them. In fact, you could be arrested just for thinking of them. Well, how do you make any money out of this club?
You see, we are the only organization in the world that people buy things sight unseen and pay for them in advance. That proves that they love new things so well.
They don't even know what they're getting?
No, sir, because it's a delightful surprise of getting these packages when the mailman delivers them.
Well, for example, what do you consider a delightful surprise?
Well,
That's a reasonable question, I think.
One of our very delightful and successful gadgets is a gadget known as Kitchen Doozy.
That's what you consider a delightful surprise? Kitchen Doozy. What is a Kitchen Doozy?
Kitchen Doozy is the first new idea in tea kettles in 100 years. It has a flare top, for example, which reduces the boiling time by 1/3 the time. It has a bumper guard on it so it doesn't nick the other pots and pan. It has an indication which tells you how many cups of water you have left. You can use it to warm the baby's bottle. You can use it also to melt your shortening. You can use it to wash dishes as a dishwasher. It has a whistling tea kettle attachment, and it has a safety valve so in case you go away and forget to turn off the water, it won't blow up. And it's also used to water indoor plants. It's got 13 different features in it.
Can you make tea with it?
Oh, yes, sir.
What are some of your other gadgets?
Here's one, for example, called the Scotch Rubber Heel, which permits Scotchmen...
I used to know one.
Which permits a man never have his shoes run down because a disc revolves as you turn corners, so you never were aware of the corner of your shoe.
You must lead a pretty complicated life, don't you? Well, let's talk about your job, Mrs. Ferris. How many greeting cards do you write in a year?
Oh, about 100 to 200 a week.
200 a week?
Yes, sir.
How long does it take you to write one of these deathless gems?
Well, that depends. Sometimes about 3 minutes, and sometimes as long as 15.
What qualifications are necessary to be a greeting card writer?
Well, I think the main thing is to be able to rhyme. After all, most of them
You have to be able to rhyme?
Mm-hmm. You know, words with another, yet make them mean
I didn't
something.
know that was a requisite of those things, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You say you have to have a knack for rhyming. Let's see how good you are, huh, Mrs. Ferris. I'll give you a line, and you make it into a poem. Well, let's see. I had a date with Sadie Dunaweta. Try that on your harpsichord.
Did you say Dunaweta?
Dunaweta.
I had a date with Sadie
Dunaweta. Stuck.
Ever since that night, I couldn't forget her.
You don't know the phone number of Sadie Dunaweta, do you? Now, what seasonal cards are you writing now?
Valentine's Day, 1952.
52?
Yes, sir.
What happened to 51?
We're all through.
Why did you skip a year?
We don't. We work a year and a half in advance.
Oh, you're all through with 51, eh?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, who won the World Series next year, you know?
Or the Yankees, probably.
Don't bother and answer that. I know it was the Yankees, eh? Well, you've been a very interesting couple, and if you're not careful, you're going to be very happy together. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at $1,500. But right now, I want you to listen carefully to Mr. Fenneman.
Who takes care of that car you drive? Let us suggest you drive yours into a DeSoto Plymouth dealer's tomorrow. For there, you'll find the kind of service that suits you to a T. And, of course, the pride and joy of all DeSoto Plymouth dealers are the two fine cars that they handle, the brilliant DeSoto and the beautiful Plymouth. DeSoto is one of America's outstanding automotive achievements, a truly magnificent car from bumper to bumper, a car that's economical to operate mile after mile, month after month, a car that's a joy to drive because of its built-in comfort and great safety. And, of course, because you drive without shifting. And as for value, you'll be amazed how far your dollars go today when you buy a brand new DeSoto. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, the American beauty. So tomorrow, come on in where you'll see those two great names linked together, DeSoto, Plymouth.
All right, here we go. Now, let's see if you two will get a chance at the $1,500. Fenneman, explain the rules in your one-syllable words.
All right. Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. And the couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,500 DeSoto Plymouth question later on in the show.
Is that clear to you two? All right, now here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected holidays and special days. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you try?
10.
10. What holiday falls on February 22nd?
Washington's birthday.
Washington's birthday is...
Well, you're on your way, folks. You have $30.
I don't know how they ever figured that out. That's really a pretty obscure question. Now, remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much have they got? $30? How much of the 30 are you going to risk on this?
20.
20. What special day falls on the third Sunday in June?
Father's Day.
Father's Day is right.
Now you're climbing out. You have $50.
Now, here's your third question. How much have they got?
They have $50 now.
$50. How much are you going to bet on this?
45.
45. What holiday falls on the 17th of March?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Now you have $95.
Sure, and you're climbing up there, you got $95. Now, how much are you going to bet on this one?
90.
You're going to bet 90. Here's your last chance to be the other couples. You're going to bet $90. What day is on the second Sunday in May?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is right.
And you'll wind up with a grand total of $185.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Groucho, the secret word is still room.
I know that, George.
Just before we went on the air, we selected a housewife from the studio audience, Mrs. Jean Dickman. Her partner is Mr. Willie Damond, who is a hosiery designer, and here they are. Folks, come on in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. And if you say the secret word, you'll divide $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you always find around the house, usually or frequently. You're a hosiery designer, eh? Well, this ought to be fun, eh? Mrs. Jean Dickerman, you're a housewife?
That's right.
Where are you from, Jean?
Los Angeles, originally Long Beach.
What does your husband do?
He sells automobile parts.
Parts?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you meet him?
Well, I met him in an icebox.
You met him in an icebox.
Yes, I really did. I was.
Were you always cool to him, or just that particular time?
I was demonstrating cheese, and I happened to.
And he was on exhibition?
No. He was a butcher, the owner's son, and he was helping out in the meat department.
Wait a minute, wait. Not so fast.
I kept my extra supplies in the butcher's icebox at this market because it was handy to where I was demonstrating.
So?
Well, while I was in the icebox getting fresh supplies, he came in looking for a leg of lamb.
That's his story. And was that what you were sporting in those days?
No. Well, I guess he was surprised to see me in there anyway. He slammed the door, and it jammed.
The fellow's looking for a leg of lamb and encounters you, huh?
Well, we were locked in the icebox together, and, we were in there for an awfully long time, so we got pretty well acquainted, and he tried to keep me warm, but, finally someone came and let us out. And so he made a date with me for the next night when we had
to go back in the icebox?
No.
Now, where do you go on your honeymoon? Did you go to Alaska or someplace like that?
No.
North Pole?
No.
Well, who do you work for, Mr. DeMond?
Well, I'm associated with Sanson Hosier Mills, manufacturer of picturesque stockings, but I have my own mill, and I'm better known as Willie's of Hollywood.
Well, I know a lot of people in Hollywood who have the Willies, huh? What do you do in your job, Willie?
Well, I have to create stockings and look for the unusual things in hosiery.
You look for the unusual things in hosiery? Willie, why don't you just let well enough alone? Let sleeping dogs lie. What sort of work did you do before you became connected with women's hosiery?
Well, I used to box a great deal. I had 86 fights and about 60 knockouts, and...
You were knocked out 60 times?
No. I knocked the other fellow out.
Oh, well, that's a wonderful record. You made a silk stocking out of a cauliflower ear, in other words. Now, what was your biggest fight?
Well, I never did have my biggest fight. I was scheduled to fight in Madison Square Garden. I was quite a young boy, and my mother objected to my boxing. She thought it wasn't the right thing for me to do. And
well, would that have stopped you, I mean?
Well, it wouldn't let me go on unless I got a note from my mother to let me fight. I was under 18 years of age at that time.
Imagine a guy in the ring with a note from his mother. Don't hit me. Look what the old lady says here. The other fellow picks it up and starts reading, and he knocks him out. Well, you make a very interesting couple, Willie, and next time I want to see something in women's hosiery, I'll give you a ring. Or I'll call Gene up, huh? Now, let's see how you make out in the battle for the $1,500. You've got to run your $20 into more than our other couples. Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners how much the first couple won.
The greeting card writer and the man who sells gadgets won $185.
Now, here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected movie hits of the past. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
$10.
$10, okay. Who played Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind?
Clark Gable.
Clark Gable.
Clark Gable is right.
And they're on their way, Groucho. They have $30.
You got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much of your 30 will you bet on your second question?
$25.
$25. Who played the Portuguese fisherman in Captain's Courageous? Take a stab at it if you don't know.
Oh, wait. Who was in Captain Courageous?
Well, I'm sorry. It's Spencer Tracy.
Oh.
You should have known that, although it's quite some time ago.
And they've dropped to $5 now, Groucho.
Well, that's a shame. I'm sorry. Here's your third question. You're going to bet the 5, I presume, huh? Why don't you bet $4.80? Huh?
Oh, dear Ford.
Keep something for your fourth question.
All right.
$4.50.
Four. How much have you got? $4?
5.
Oh, you got 5. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Who played the title role of Little Miss Marker?
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
Well, on the way again, Groucho. They now have $9.50.
You got $9.50. 50 cents more, you can get 3 pairs of stockings. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the $9.50?
$9.50. Why not? Oh, I have nothing to lose.
It's the last.
This is the
$9.50.
This is it, kids. Who played Captain Bligh in Mutiny on the Bounty?
Lawton.
Lawton is right.
And they wind up with $19.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Thank you very much.
Groucho, the secret word is still room. We asked if there were any high school students here tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Sandra Bazrod and Phil Lamar. And here they are, folks. Come on in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Sandra Bazrod and Phil Lamar. Welcome, youngsters, to the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if you say the secret word, you'll divide $100 between you. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house.
16.
16?
Yes.
You're a big boy for 16. That's a good age for a high school boy, I think, 16. Certainly better than 41 or something. What is your age, Sandra?
17.
17. That's a good age for a girl, whether she's in high school or not. Where do you live, Phil?
In Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Now, where are you from originally?
Los Angeles.
A world traveler. Where are you from, Sandra?
Well, I'm from Pittsburgh, but I was born in Cleveland.
You're from Pittsburgh and you were born in Cleveland?
Yes.
Huh? Were your folks commuting at the time?
No.
Now, Phil Lamar, are you married, Phil?
No, sir.
Strange, isn't it? Why not?
Several reasons, I guess.
Well, could you name a few of the reasons?
Well, I'm not old enough, for one. I don't think my parents would like it, me going off and getting married. And I'm working, but I don't have enough money to support a woman.
Could you support a girl? They're not quite so expensive. Huh? Have you got a girl?
Yes.
You have. Huh? There are 30 million married men in this country who thought they had the same reasons for remaining single. All gone, never to return. At what school do you take your siestas, Phil?
L.A. High School.
You go to the same school, Sandra?
Oh, no, I go to a good school.
Well, there's a woman for you. Everything's quiet and serene, and she's itching for battle. Where do you go, Sandra?
Fairfax.
Why do you think your school is better than L.A. High?
Well, Ricardo Montalban graduated from Fairfax.
He did?
Yes.
Then there's no question which is ridiculous to even discuss it. Now, how do modern schools operate, Sandra? For example, give us a brief outline of an average day.
Well, I start out the morning, first period, and I go to advanced composition, and then French, and then we have a 20-minute break for nutrition. Then I go to civics class and costume designing class, and lunch period comes in. And then I go to drama class and gym class. And every once in a while we go to our homerooms and play out.
Secret word, room, and you and Phil here will split $100 between you. Huh? Now don't try to solve that away. I think you ought to let the woman handle the money, huh?
Not yet. I'm not married.
Well, I know, but it's just a question of a few minutes now, huh? Now, Phil.
Yes, sir.
Don't pay too much attention to that money. I'll guarantee that you get your $50. If I have to keep 25 of it myself. Now, are you interested in any extra curricular activities in school, such as spin the bottle?
Yes, I'm going out for cross country at L.A.
You mean you run from here to New York? You're not the super chief, are you? What is your special interest in school, Sandra?
Well, dramatics, I think.
Dramatics. Yeah. I thought every high school student was dramatic, especially when they're explaining their report card to their parents. Now, Mom, I'd have had a good, but the teacher just doesn't like me, that's all. Well, what do you learn in your drama class?
Oh, we learn diction and stage terminology and
like what?
About...
What kind of stage terminology?
Oh.
I used to be of the theater myself.
Well...
Well, you learn diction? How do they teach that?
We do exercises.
You mean like cross-country running?
No, we
Let's hear one of your exercises. Go ahead.
Well, we have one that goes, I have to laugh to see the cough go up the path 1.5 miles to take a bath.
Now, isn't that pretty silly? How do you expect to learn to be an actor saying that?
Well, that's to practice the Italian A.
Oh, the Italian A,
yeah.
Huh? Well, you know, that's kind of out of style now in this country. We don't say bath and cough anymore in America.
No, well, see, the play we're doing has a lot of English dialect to it.
Have you been in any plays at your... Pretty classy stuff, huh? The fellow was in vaudeville, huh? Oh, vaudeville, I forgot. Have you been in any plays at your school? This school happens to be in Boston. Have you been in any plays?
Well, yes, I'm in the play now that we're doing.
You're in a play now?
Yes.
What is the name of this turkey? This opus?
It's called Peg of My Heart.
Peg of My Heart, huh? I hear she hasn't got a leg to stand on. Well, Phil, what is your ambition after you graduate from school?
I would like to be a comedian.
That is known as the thrust mortal. Well, you have a good start. You already have this show. Why would you like to be a comedian?
Well, it's a lot of fun to see the people in the audience laugh and have a gay time. And
there's always room for a good comedian. But not on the same program with me. Well, to be a comedian, you've got to have some jokes, Phil.
I have jokes.
You have jokes?
Yes.
You mean I have a choice?
What category would you like?
Boy, am I glad I got that annuity, huh? You pick your own category. Huh? Go ahead. Huh?
Well, I'll tell you the one about the time I went hunting. I once shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he ever got in them, I'll never know.
That's a good joke, all right. Is that your own joke?
No. It's one of yours.
Right. Once I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I'll never know. That's some animal crackers, huh? Yeah. Then we try to remove the tusks. It goes on from there. We couldn't. They're very tough, the tusks in Africa. Of course, in Alabama, the Tuscaloosa. I will now be sued by Kaufman and Riskin. Well, I've learned a lot from you two kids here tonight, and certainly more than I ever learned in school. And now you're going to play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other two couples, you'll get a chance at the $1,500 DeSoto Plymouth question. Can't tell you how much our other couples won, but Fenneman is off stage to remind our listeners.
The greeting card writer and the man who sells gadgets are still ahead with $185.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. Now, you selected slogans. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you try?
10.
10?
Right.
You don't consult with Phil here at all, huh?
Well,
Let's get together. 10's okay. That's fine.
To be 49 again. I stole that from Chief Justice Holmes. What product uses the slogan, the pause that refreshes?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola!
And you kids are on your way. You have $30.
You got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much of the $30 will you bet on your second question? Don't think I can't make it exciting, huh?
We've decided on 25.
You've decided on 20. Well, what product uses the slogan, the candy with the hole in the middle?
I know. Lifesavers.
Lifesavers!
You're reclining. You have $55.
$55, and here's your third question. How much of the 55?
50.
What product uses the slogan, when it rains, it pours?
Morton Salt.
Morton Salt.
Well, way up there now. They have $105.
$105. Here's your last chance to be the other couple. How much will you bet?
All of it, I guess.
All of it? That's the time to gamble when you're 17 and 16. Huh? What product uses the slogan, the beer that made Milwaukee famous?
Schlitz.
Schlitz is...
And you wind up.
This is absolutely high.
They do wind up with $210. That means that they get the chance with their $210. They get the chance of the DeSoto Plymouth Big Question.
Well, now, in just a minute, you two are going to have a chance to win $1,500.
Friends, what makes it possible for a car owner to get really expert service at a DeSoto Plymouth dealers? Well, for one thing, the training their service mechanics get. Training in the latest factory methods. Not just when they first go to work for a DeSoto Plymouth dealer, but constant training to keep them up on the new service and maintenance methods that are constantly coming out of the factory. Also, DeSoto Plymouth servicemen work with factory-engineered and inspected Mopar parts. And they have a large stock of these parts on hand. In addition, they have speedy access to a nationwide system of parts depots. All these things are important to you as a car owner. And there's no better time than now for you to take advantage of the better care your car gets when you drive in where you see the sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Groucho, here's our winning couple, the high school kids, all set for the $1,500 DeSoto Plymouth Question.
Are you kids ready? Here we go for $1,500. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully and no help from the audience. Here it is. One of our states touches the boundaries of 8 other states. It originally was known as the state of Franklin. What state is this?
Pennsylvania.
Is that the answer you two
we haven't
decided
arrived
upon,
at it.
huh? Well, you have to, as the bell is rung, huh?
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's Tennessee. You were a long way from it, huh? The correct answer is Tennessee. So that means the big question next week will be worth $2,000. Well, you lost the big money, but you won how much? $210
Right.
in the quiz? Congratulations, and thanks to both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $2,000. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. 2 great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Drive slow in rain, sleet, or snow. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell, directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
This is Bill Goodwin speaking for Lever Brothers, makers of Swan, the new white floating soap. Well, it's Tuesday night again. Time for another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen. Their guests, the Arkansas traveler Bob Burns, Jimmy Cash, and Paul Whiteman and his music. And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, the Burnses are getting ready to leave for New York to entertain the soldiers in some of our Eastern Army camps. Right now, they're in the middle of packing, and suitcases are scattered everywhere. In fact, George hasn't seen so many bags since the last meeting of the Beverly Hills Uplift Society.
Gracie, we're only going to be in New York 3 weeks. Do we need all these suitcases?
Yes, dear. Now, this little bag has things we'll need on the train, like toothbrushes, your razor, my cold cream and perfume, your long underwear, my hand lotion.
Wait a minute. I won't need my long underwear on the train.
Oh, well, I just put that on top so the bottles won't rattle around and get broken.
Look, honey, I'll be embarrassed. Every time we want to get something out of the bag, we'll have to drag out my long underwear.
No, we won't. Your underwear has the cutest little door right in the back.
Never mind. Gracie, the long underwear, out. Take it out.
Out?
Out. Now, what did you pack in the trunk?
Oh, let's see now. In the trunk, I have your suits, my dresses, Blanche Morton's trombone, your shoes.
Blanche Morton's trombone?
Yes.
We're taking that to New York?
Uh-huh. Blanche gave it to me along with a book of instructions.
Oh, fine.
I can't sleep on the train anyway, so at night I'll just practice on the trombone. And envy all you lucky people who can sleep.
Oh, yes. I must thank Blanche for that.
Oh, don't thank Blanche. Thank her husband. He made her get rid of it. It almost gave him pneumonia.
How could a trombone give pneumonia?
Well, Blanche likes to practice in bed, and when she stretches it out, it keeps pushing the covers off him.
The trombone comes out of the bag.
Out?
Out.
Oh, my darling little ducky. Are you happy you're going to New York, Herman? Well, that's nice. You've never been on a train before, Herman. How do you think you'll sleep? Well, I hope you do. We'll fix a nice little bed for you in the baggage car. What? You sleep in the baggage car. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. But there are only 2 berths. I sleep in one and your daddy sleeps... Oh, George.
Oh, no, I don't sleep in the baggage car. You shouldn't take that silly duck with us anyway. Go on.
Boy. Now come upstairs with me, Herman. I'll pack your rubber fish.
Yeah, go on. I'd like to see that Don Duck ride in the dining car, under a blanket of wild rice and sweet potatoes.
Hiya, George. Boy, the suitcase is heavy.
Phew, say, what have you got in there?
Well, just a pair of socks.
That's a pair of socks?
Well, that's all the clothes. Then there's 489 bars of Swan, the new white floating soap. It's purer than the finest Castiles, the regular Suds and Whiz, George.
Bill, I'm sure they have Swan soap in New York.
Oh, well, you see, I'm leaving most of it in Missouri.
Missouri?
Well, you see, Missouri is the show-me state, so I've arranged to show 'em. When we get to Kansas City, we'll be met by 6 beautiful girls carrying 6 beautiful dishpans of warm water.
Oh, no.
Now, quick as a flash, I drop a bar of Swan into each pan. And I invite the passers-by to step up and wash their dishes.
Oh, yes. Everybody in Kansas City carries dirty dishes with them.
Well, now, George...
Can't walk down the street without bumping into a fellow with a casserole on his head.
George...
You feel naked unless you've got a soup plate under your arm.
Well, you see, George, I've arranged for that. Ben Bart, who runs the cafe across from the station, is sending the dishpans and the dishes. So then we show him how great Swan is for washing the dishes. Show him how it suds faster than other white floating soaps. And tell them that since Swan is purer than the finest Castiles, it's kind to your hands. So it's great for every soap and water job in the house.
Look, the demonstration is out. We won't have time to get off the train in Kansas City.
Oh, George. Gee, Ben Barth will bring all those pans down from his cafe. You don't want old Ben to be left there holding his pans up.
Bill, you're not taking 489 bars of Swan to New York.
Well, okay, George. Oh, listen, I've got it. We'll break them all in 2, and you can take half. Swan breaks in 2 with an easy twist of the wrist, you know. So you can use half in the kitchen for dishes and cleaning, and the other half in the bathroom for your hands and face.
Look, Bill.
Oh, hello, Bill. Oh, will you drop by and pick up Tootsie Sagwell's suitcases? She's all packed.
Tootsie, is she going with us?
Oh, sure. When she heard that we were going around to army camps to entertain the soldiers, you couldn't hold Tootsie back.
I wonder what those soldiers will think when they see Tootsie.
They'll think Sherman was right. See you later.
Well, this trip is getting more and more uninteresting. Well, that's probably Bill again with more soap. You talk to him, dear.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Postman. How are you feeling today?
Solid, Mrs. Burns, solid. My doll and I went to the Palladium last night to frolic with the rest of the cats.
Really?
Yes, now I'm a hepjack from way back.
Well, I'm certainly surprised. I've never thought of you as a jitterbug.
Oh, I've got rhythm. Mr. Fine, I find.
Well, that's very pretty.
Thank you.
Well, have you got any mail for me this morning?
Yes, there's a letter here for your husband. I guess it's a fan letter. It's addressed to Mr. Burns, the radio comedian.
Oh, thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Postman.
Goodbye, Mrs. Burns. And remember, keep smiling.
George will be thrilled to get a fan letter. I was when I got my first one. Oh, George! I guess he's busy. I'll open it and see what it says. Van Buren, Arkansas. Dear Mr. Burns, I have sold an egg and a pound of butter from the farm, and it bring me enough money to come to California. When I get there, we will be married. A 20-year engagement is long enough. Yours very true, Zelda Swinley. Zelda, engaged? Why? The nerve of that George Burns. All the time he's been married to me, he's been going steady. Why, if I thought for 1 minute...
Well, sweetheart, we're all set for New York, honey. Everything is packed.
Don't you honey me, you wolf.
Huh? What?
Now, I know all about you and Zelda Swinley.
Zelda Swinley? I never heard of her.
Oh, how can you lie like that? I have a letter from her right here. She says she's coming to California to marry you.
To marry me? Zelda Swinley?
Oh, let me tell you something, George Burns. You are a beast. If I had to do over again, I wouldn't marry you if my life depended on it. You're the worst husband in the whole world. And if that Zelda Swinley thinks I'm going to give you up without a fight, she's crazy.
This is Paul White. A dozen years ago, everyone was singing a tune called As Time Goes By. And now it's the theme song of Warner Brothers' great picture, Casablanca. And everyone's singing it again, including the 6 hits in a mix.
You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs never out of date. Heart full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Gracie, won't you listen? I'm telling you for the 50th time, I don't know any Zelda Swinley.
You do too.
I don't.
You do too.
I don't.
You do too.
Gracie, I give you my word of honor. I swear I don't know Zelda Swinley.
Honest?
Honest.
You do too.
Oh. Gracie, I'm telling
It's
you.
no use, George. We've come to the parting of the ways. I'm leaving your bread and beard, or whatever they call it.
Gracie, if you
No,
only...
George, no, this is the end. I'm going up to my room. Oh, by the way, here's the letter from your girlfriend. I opened it by mistake. Goodbye, George.
Gracie, would you please? Well, say, wait a minute. This letter is postmarked Van Buren, Arkansas. This is Bob Burns. Gracie! Oh, Gracie! Oh, she wouldn't believe me anyway. I'm going over and get that Bob Burns and have him straighten this out.
Well, if it ain't my old friend George Burns.
Gee, I'm glad you're home, Bob.
Come on in, George. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm in trouble, Bob. Gracie thinks another woman wants to marry me.
Oh, doggone if that ain't the funniest thing I ever heard. Now, if that was me the gal was after.
It is you.
Huh?
Yeah, she got our names mixed up. She's after you.
Oh, now, wait a minute. This is serious.
I thought you'd change your tune.
Who is this here misguided female, George?
Her name is Zelda Swinley.
Zelda Swinley? Gosh, I ain't thought of her in years.
Oh, then you know her, huh?
Yeah. Zelda come from one of the finest families in Van Buren. Her mama was a social climber. She was always holding coming-out parties for Zelda. I remember Zelda come out 3 times, but public opinion always forced her back in.
Bob, all I want to know is, were you engaged to Zelda Swinley?
Well, now, there was a kind of a romantic custom down home. You know, during Huckleberry season, everybody went out picking, and if a fella dropped a huckleberry in a girl's bucket, that meant they was engaged.
Well, what I want to know is,
yeah,
Bob...
but I was pretty sophisticated in them days, and, well, I was what you might call Van Buren's Adolph Monju. You know, I was the only one in town that ever done much traveling. You see, one cold winter morning, my hands froze while I was milking the cow. And you know, that cow run away and dragged me clean to the outskirts of Little Rock.
All the way to Little Rock, huh?
Oh, I've traveled all over the country that way.
Now, Bob.
That's the truth, George. Why, to this day, I don't feel at home on a streetcar unless I'm hanging on 4 straps.
Look, Bob, what about Zelda Swinley?
Well, sir, now about Zelda. I figured a man of the world like me didn't have to pay no attention to that romantic custom. So I went right ahead and dropped a huckleberry in her bucket anyhow. That's all there ever was between us.
Well, okay. Now listen to me. Gracie thinks Zelda is my girl, and you've got to come over and straighten me out.
Well, gosh, George, why didn't you say so sooner? You've just been standing there like a dummy.
Yeah, I'm a big tongue-tied dope. Well, get your hat, Bob. Poor Gracie is probably having hysterics by now all alone in that house.
So he's back again, has he? Well, yes, miss?
Is this here the place where Mr. Burns lives at?
Well, yes. Won't you come in?
Well, I guess I'd better introduce myself to you, ma'am. My name is Zelda Swinley. You see,
yes. I know who you are. You are the other woman.
No, I ain't, lady. I'm me.
I mean that you and I are rivals, Zelda. You see, we both want the same man.
You mean you're fixing to marry Mr. Burns, too?
Oh, I'm not fixing. I'm fixed.
Now, let me get this straight. Are you trying to tell me you're already married to that low-down skunk?
Please, Zelda. You're speaking of the skunk I love.
Maybe so, ma'am, but I seen him first.
Well, you may have seen him first, but I'm married to him. Won't you give him up, Zelda?
No, ma'am. I made up my mind to marry Robin, and you can't talk me out of it.
Robin? Well, my husband's name is George.
Isn't your husband the fella on the radio they call Bob Burns?
Oh, my goodness, no. We're talking about 2 different people. Oh, I'll certainly have to apologize to George. How could I think that another woman wanted him?
Then your husband ain't the Burns I'm marrying?
That's right. You're getting the Burns, but not mine. Mine is the good-looking one. Yours is the clever one.
Here's Jimmy Cash with an up-and-coming tune, Roseanne of Charing Cross.
This is a story of London town. Love is the principal theme. All the story revolves around a girl, myself and my dream. Roseanne of Charing Cross, I keep your memory ever bright. Roseanne of Charing Cross, dressed in your uniform of white, there by my lonely bed, a lovely angel stopped and said, that's only thunder overhead, and that's how we met. Roseanne of Charing Cross, the rose you gave me never died. Roseanne of Charing Cross, it knows one day you'll be my bride, and it will live till then, until that happy moment when I know our paths will cross at Charing Cross again.
So don't you worry your head about it, Zelda. I'll get that Bob Burns over here and see to it personally that you have a lovely wedding.
You sure are a kind-hearted woman, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, well, it's really nothing. Women should help each other whenever they can. You know what I always say? Judy's sister and the O'Grady lady are under the Colonel's skin.
That's mighty clever saying, I reckon.
Well, I'll get right on the telephone. Oh, wait. My husband's coming up the walk now, and Bob Burns is with him.
Oh, be still my heart. Can I see him too, Mrs. Burns?
Oh, no, Zelda, no. Not before the wedding.
Well, how come not?
Why, it's bad luck. On the day I married George, my mother told me I'd have bad luck if I saw him before the wedding. Or did she say after the wedding?
Well, what should I do?
Oh, well, you hide in the other room, and the minute he's ready to marry you, I'll call you.
All right, ma'am.
My, isn't this romantic? I feel just like Cupid, only better dressed.
Gracie, I brought Bob Burns over to clear up that Zelda Swiney situation. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, you see, Gracie, George ain't to blame because...
Oh, I know that, Bob. You're the man Zelda's going to marry.
Gracie, Bob hasn't seen Zelda for 20 years.
Yeah, you see, Gracie, things are done different down in Arkansas than they are in Hollywood. Down in Arkansas, people get married who don't hardly know each other. But here in Hollywood, well, I guess it ain't so different after all.
I'll bet you're anxious for the wedding after being engaged for 20 years.
Engaged? Oh, now, wait a minute, Gracie. All I ever done was drop a huckleberry in Zelda's bucket.
Well, now, don't be nervous at the wedding, Bob. Of course, most men are.
But they ain't going to be.
George was shaking so much that his garter came undone right in the middle of the ceremony. And he had to hook it back on.
Well, Gracie,
And when we left the church, he didn't realize he'd hooked it on the wrong leg until he dragged a bridesmaid halfway up the aisle.
Gracie, Bob is not interested, and we're leaving for New York in an hour.
I envy you getting married, Bob.
Yeah, but I ain't
Honeymoons are so romantic. I'll never forget mine. We went to our hotel, and for 3 hours, George sat on one side of the room, and I sat on the other.
Look, you don't have to.
Finally, he looked at his wristwatch, and it was 12 o'clock. And he got up, and he walked over to me, and he said, Gracie, we shouldn't behave like strangers. How about a game of checkers?
Yeah, that's mighty romantic.
And I want to be the first to give the happy couple a present. You wait here, Bob. I've got something upstairs you'll adore.
George, if they ever ration talk, you got to get Gracie a C card.
Yeah, she gets kind of wound up.
Yeah, I guess there's only one person in the world can out-talk Gracie. That's my Aunt Gabby Hink. That's my talking aunt. But she has an advantage. She could carry on 2 conversations at once.
Well, how could she do that?
Well, Aunt Gabby had a loose upper plate that clicked when she talked. You know, George, she could recite the Gettysburg Address while her teeth clicked out. The boy stood on the burning deck in Morristown. Yeah, but here I am talking when this is my chance to get out of here. So long, George.
Goodbye, Bob, and thanks for everything.
Hello, George. Well, Bob Burns. Hello, Bob. How are you?
Fine, Bill. Say, look, I'm in kind of a hurry.
Say, I've been wanting to see you, Bob, to talk over old times down in Van Buren.
Yeah, well, right now, you see, I got...
Well, Bob, do you remember old Hank Borum down there in Van Buren?
Bill,
remember he lived in a white house, Bob? Yes, sir, that house was as white as a bar of swan, Bob. The new white floating soap that's purer than the finest Castiles. Money can't buy a purer soap.
Yeah, but I don't recall him, Bill. But,
Bob, you remember Hank Borum.
No,
he's married to Nellie Gooch, the Kraut Stomper from Bixby. Remember? They have 17 children. And they bathe every single one of them with Swan, Bob.
Oh, no.
Swan is great for bathing babies, you know. It's kind even to a baby's tender skin. So you know it must be great for your hands and face, your tub or shower.
Bill, Bob has got to get out of here. Gracie's trying to get him married to a woman from Arkansas.
Oh, a woman, huh? Well, let me tell you something about women, Bob. Women have long considered Castile soaps the standard of purity. But Swan is even purer than the finest Castile.
Bob, you grab him by the head and I'll grab him by the feet.
Hey, let go of me, fella. Let me down.
Oh.
Hey!
Well, that's that. So long, George.
Oh, Bob, wait.
Well, here we go again.
Look, Bob, I said I was going to give you and Zelda a wedding present, and I am. Here, Bob. And our best wishes to you both.
Well, now, Gracie, if that ain't the prettiest present. Yes, sir, I always did want one of those. This one sure is a beauty. What is it?
Well, I don't know. Mama gave it to us for our wedding present.
Well, thank you, Gracie. Whenever I eat off of it or wear it or whatever you're supposed to do with it, I'll think of you. Say, what are them things rattling around in the bottom of it?
Oh, well, just some slices of stale bread. I thought for a few days it might be a toaster.
Well, whatever it is, I wouldn't be without it. And now I think I'll be running along.
Oh, no, Bob. You can't go until you said you'll marry Zelda.
But, Gracie, I couldn't marry her.
Bob, could I speak to you a minute?
Well, sure, George. Pardon us, Gracie.
Look, Bob, that Zelda is in Arkansas, and you'll never see her. Now, if you want to get out of here, you better tell Gracie you'll marry her.
Well, I guess you're right. Okay, it's a deal.
Swell.
Hey, Gracie, I guess I've been acting kind of silly. My love for Zelda was buried so deep in my heart, I didn't know it was there, but George just brought it out with a kind of a verbal Alka-Seltzer.
Oh, really? How wonderful.
Why, I'd marry little Zelda right now if she was here.
Well, she is. Oh, Zelda. I'm coming, ma'am.
Doggone that Huckleberry.
Zelda, Mr. Burns agreed to marry you. Aren't you happy?
I don't know. I never dreamed that 20 years would change Robert Burns from a nice-looking young feller until this here broken-down critter.
Oh, no. No, Zelda, that isn't Robin. That's my husband.
You mean to tell me that this other feller's Bob Burns?
Well, yes, of course.
Well, in that case, I'd rather have your husband.
Oh, Zelda.
George and Gracie will be right back, so I'm just going to remind you women how tremendously important it is to save your waste kitchen fats. You should be able to collect at least a tablespoonful of waste fats and grease drippings every day from your baking, roasting, and frying. Now put it into a clean, smooth-topped can, and when you've got a pound, take it to your butcher's. Within 21 days, your waste fats will start going into munitions. Remember, when you throw away 1 tablespoonful of waste fat, you're throwing away 2 rounds of anti-aircraft ammunition. So don't help Hitler. Save your waste kitchen fats. Well, here they are. George, Gracie, and Paul Whiteman.
Well, kid, thrilled about going to New York?
You bet, Paul, and we're especially thrilled about the concert you're going to give at Carnegie Hall March 16th.
Oh, and we're especially thrilled because I'm going to play the piano in your concert.
Gracie, you're not going to do any such thing. The idea is ridiculous.
But, George, I wrote a wonderful slogan to advertise my appearance.
You wrote a slogan, Gracie?
Well, yes. The best students of all moved to Carnegie Hall.
You wrote that?
Yes, I heard it on the radio and I sat right down
and wrote it. Gracie, you can't do that slogan.
Oh. Well, here's another one. How's this? That concert of Gracie's won't come from Macy's.
Gracie, you're not going to play in Carnegie Hall.
Well, I've got another slogan. She won't play the cymbals on the third floor at Gimbel's.
Gracie.
And here's another one.
Good night,
play,
folks.
and that
Good
ain't
night.
me. Hey, hey.
The makers of Swan, the new white floating soap, join George and Gracie in inviting you to tune in to your CBS station again next week, same time, when we'll be in New York with our special guest, the lovely Madeline Carroll. Now remember, George Burns and Gracie Allen, CBS next Tuesday night. And don't forget to listen to Swan's other show, Tommy Riggs and Betty Lou, over another network next Friday night. And now till next week, this is Bill Goodwin saying, see you in New York, and well, I, Swan, how about you?
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Andy, did you hear that? Come on, will you?
Did I hear what, Amos?
That whistle. That's the Rinso White whistle.
And Rinso means us.
That's right. Rinso gets clothes Rinso White. And Rinso presents the Amos and Andy Show with Shorty the Barber, Hattie McDaniel as Sadie Simpson, and the Delta Rhythm Boys. Most mothers have quite a job keeping the young ones out of the kitchen before dinner.
Dinner ready yet, Mom? What are we having, Mom?
But after dinner, you can't get them in the kitchen.
Gee, Mom, I got a lot of homework to do. I'll do the dishes tomorrow.
But even though you can't always depend on the family, there is something you can count on to help with dishwashing. Yes, Rinso, of course. Those soapy-rich Rinso suds in your dishpan make short work of the biggest stack of dishes. Get them sparkling clean with a swish of the dishcloth. Even your greasy roaster and the rest of your pots and pans come shiny clean without hard scraping and scouring. Besides, Rinso is anti-sneeze and easy on your hands. So for dishwashing and for all the soap and water jobs around the house, why waste time with lazy, old-fashioned soaps? Save work and time with Rinso. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story of Amos and Andy. This afternoon, while Sapphire is attending a club meeting, the Kingfish asked a few of the boys over for a bridge game. The Kingfish and Amos are partners against Henry Van Porter and Andy. Well, at the moment, we find them in the middle of bidding a hand.
Well, I started this bidding, and I'm going to finish it with a bid of 7 hearts.
Yeah, you really been doing some bidding there, Henry. That's a grand slam you done hit there. I pass. Up to you, Henry.
Well, partner, I pass.
Well, Andy, I'm going to double that 7 hearts.
Redouble. I'll show you how to play this game.
Yeah, well, my first lead.
Hey, wait a minute. Before we start, I just want to ask one question.
All right, Andy, what is it?
Tell me this, fellas. Is the king the one with the whiskers?
Oh, Andy, you sure you know what you're doing there?
Of course I do. And another thing, is Deuces wild?
Oh, wait a minute, sir. Now, let me get a scorecard off the desk over here. I tell you what, we keep it on the back of this calendar. Hey, wait a minute, boy.
What's the matter now?
I just happened to look on this calendar here. What is the date today?
Well, let me see.
The day is the 12th. Yeah, look here on the calendar here. I just happened to notice that on the 13th, my wife has got written down there the word birthday. Boys, I was lucky to see that. Tomorrow is my wife Sapphire's birthday, and I got to do something about it right now. Yeah, well, let's stop this bridge thing, because I don't think we're getting nowhere. Hey, let me think here. What can I get the old gal that she can really use?
Well, how about giving her a course of beauty treatment?
No, I had her fixed up at the beauty shop last month. Yeah, she looked fine till she went out in the rain. Her whole face washed away there. Well, if you want to give her something for in the morning, you better get going. Ain't you got no money? Well, now, let me see. She got $5 hid around the house here someplace. I don't know if it's in the cupboard or not.
What's in the sugar bowl?
Lately, we've been keeping mustard in there. Yeah, we kind of short on sugar, too.
Well, we was short on flour, too, but Mrs. Van Porter found a store that got in some lately, and she went down and got 100 pounds.
100 pounds?
Yes, she wanted to get some before the hoarders got there.
Them hoarders will grab the flour as fast as the weevils do. This in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. I know where the $5 is. It's in a handkerchief box.
Well, you can't buy very much today for $5, Kingfish. Why don't you consider opening a charge account? Yeah, and save the $5.
Yeah, well, come on, Henry. Go shopping with me. We'll open a charge account. How do you do it, Henry?
Well, it's just a matter of your standing and reputation in the community.
Well, I got a reputation, all right.
Well, let's go anyway. Maybe the man ain't heard about it.
Now, Anna, before we go into the credit department here to see the man, get an honest look on your face, will you?
Yeah, well, here we go.
Yeah, and when I walk in, I'll say something about the weather. That's always surefire. How you do, sir? Nice day.
How do you do? Yes, it is a lovely day.
Well, I didn't know it was that good. Mister, my name is Honest George Stevens, and this year is first of the month brown.
And what can I do to make you gentlemen happy?
We coming to that now, Mister.
Oh. Well, sit down. Oh, but not on those hard chairs there. Take these soft chairs here. There. Comfy?
Yeah. You feel fine, thank you.
Good. Now, Mr. Stevens, did you wish to open a charge account?
Yeah, sir, that's exactly why I come here.
Oh, how wonderful. You make us very happy. There's nothing that gives us more pleasure than to serve you, to give credit, to make life a little easier for you. Believe me, Mr. Stevens, our merchandise is at your disposal.
After you finish with him, mister, I want to talk to you, too.
Yes, you know, this store has become near and dear to my heart. I have seen the sweetness and understanding that we all have toward our customers. Oh, I've been here many years.
Years, huh?
It's not generally known, but confidentially, I am on my 3,221st carnation.
Well, congratulations. That's quite a stretch you've done here.
Yes. But, gentlemen, I want you to know that our entire stock of merchandise in this store is yours.
Yeah, can we start carrying out the stuff now?
Yeah, we ought to have brought a trunk with us, you know it?
Yeah.
Now, first, let us make sure we have your name spelled correctly, proper address, so that nothing will go astray, and so we will know where to mail the... Oh, how I hate the word bills.
Yeah, we got to get them sooner or later.
Now, gentlemen, for these routine questions, I want you to see our credit manager in the next room. Just a formality. Oh, wait here a moment. I'll see if he's busy.
Don't tell nobody about this place, Hannah. Let's keep it all to ourselves.
Yeah, you know, I love that man.
You may go in and see him now. He's on the phone, but he'll be right with you. Just walk in, and remember, we want you to take advantage of our liberal credit service.
Thank you, sir, thank you. Come on, Andy.
Yeah. What is that, Smith? Well, issue a warrant for his arrest immediately. Those bills are supposed to be paid on the 10th of the month, and here is the 12th. Put him in jail. Good time.
Andy, when we walked in that door, we didn't go into another store, did we?
Hey, the man is waiting.
How you doing, mister? Nice day, ain't it?
What's nice about it? You applying for credit?
Yeah, my name is George Stevens. This is my assistant, Mr. Brown.
George Stevens. Address, please.
Here's my card here with all the stuff on it. Run your fingernail over that, mister. It's all graved up, sticking up there high.
Bank references. Name 1.
Piggy.
Mr. Stevens, what is your occupation?
Now, there's a funny thing. I was just looking through the help wanted ads today.
You mean to say that you don't have any means of livelihood?
Oh, sure, but I couldn't bring her with me today. She's working.
Oh, no money, no occupation, no references. The answer is no charge account. Good day, gentlemen.
Come on, Anna. I done decided I ain't gonna give this place my business.
No. Well, there you are. Is everything taken care of?
Oh, I was upset. The man refused to give me credit at the store here.
Oh, what a shame. I know just how you must feel.
You do?
Yes, they won't give me any credit here either.
Well, you missed there, Kingfish. Trouble is with you, you're always trying to get something for nothing.
Yeah, you're right, Andy. That was my trouble, all right. I was always after something that's just out of my reach.
I'm always chasing rainbows, watching clouds drifting by. My schemes are just like all my dreams, ending in the sky.
Some fellows look and find the sunshine. I always look and find the rain. Some fellows make a winning sometime. I never even make a game.
Believe me, I'm always chasing rainbows, waiting to find a bluebird in vain. I'm always chasing rainbows, watching the clouds roll by, drifting by.
My schemes are just like all my dreams.
They're always ending in the sky so high. Some fellows find the sunshine, I just find the rain. Some make a winning sometime.
I never make a game. Believe me, I'm always chasing
those rainbows, waiting for a bluebird, waiting for the right word. But I know it's all in vain.
Well, hello there, Cedar.
Hello there, sleeping sickness. What do you look so worried about?
Cedar, I got to buy my wife a present.
What have you done wrong now?
No, I ain't trying to cover up nothing. No. I just happened to pick up a calendar that she had at home, and I see the birthday is tomorrow. I'm pretty lucky to even seeing it, too.
Well, seems to be a lot of birthdays around this time of year. Mrs. Van Porter had one last week.
Oh, she did, huh? How old was she?
Well, she's like a lot of women I know. She took 40 years to get to 33.
Yeah. Is women ashamed to tell the right age?
Kingfish, a woman's age is like a speedometer on a second-hand automobile. You never know how far it's been set back.
Women sure touchy about the ages, though, ain't they?
Yeah, and I can't understand it. I don't see why all these women want to hide their age. Just plain foolishness. What difference does it make if people knows how old you is?
Yeah, that's right. Sure is. How old is you, Sadie?
None of your business.
I still say that a woman ain't got nothing to worry about people knowing her age. She can go to a beauty shop once a week and they can fix up her face to keep her from looking old.
Yeah, but don't forget one thing. A smart man can always read between the lines.
Yeah, funny why women's hide their age.
Kingfish, I got a little piece of poetry here that every woman ought to hear.
Yeah, what is it?
It goes like this. You women are a funny lot when you discuss your age. As you count through the book of life, you sometimes skip a page. Why do you hate to admit those years after you pass maturity? You gotta come clean someday, girls, to collect your Social Security.
What is we doing back here at the department store, King?
Well, I got $5 from home that Sapphire had here, and I thought I'd go up and get her some perfume.
Oh, that's good. There's the elevator right over there.
Yeah, let's get there. We got it all to ourselves here, and we'll get in there.
Going up, mister?
Going up. We don't go sideways, bud.
Well, anytime you're ready, we're ready to go.
Y'all want to tell me what you're going after?
You got to know that now.
Well, I'll tell you. In these days, but instead of you going all the way up and walking all over and finding a clerk and asking him for something you used to get before the war, wouldn't it be easier for me to say,
Well, now, listen, couldn't we get started going up?
All right. Close that elevator door for me, will you?
Look here, you mean to say that a big store like this ain't got an automatic arrangement for the doors to open and close? You got to close the doors yourself?
Up to now, I ain't closed none.
Tell me this, how will I know when I got to the floor where the perfume is?
Well, you have a double check on that. See, I'll tell you and you'll smell it. And I guess I'll lean against this lever here and start off. You know, if they don't put push buttons in here, I'm going to picket this place.
Well, here we go.
Second floor, home furnishings. No radio, no stove, no washing machine, no electric iron, no refrigerators, no home furnishings at all.
Well, can't nobody get a home nowhere. Keep going, man. Don't even open the door.
You was going to open it. Third floor, nylon stockings, rayon stockings, genuine hair nets, face tissues, pure silk lingerie. You'd be surprised to know how many women think we got that stuff.
Well, keep going, mister, keep going.
Fourth floor, pins, needles, threads, buttons, darning needles, clothespins, safety pins, hooks and eyes, and snappers. Then there's a crummy bunch of stuff on that floor.
Hey, tell me this. When do we get to the perfume floor?
Boy, we're in smelling distance now.
Yeah.
Fifth floor, lipstick, powder, face cream, cosmetics, makeup, and special perfume with names you can't understand, and same go for the prices.
Yeah, well, we finally got you. Let's get out, Kingfish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say, Bud, come here a second, will you?
Me? What you want?
Listen, Bud.
What's that?
Close that door for me, will you?
Well, there's a job for you, Annie. That fella just sit down in the elevator and the public do all the work.
Yeah. I wonder if they got a vacancy.
Here's the perfume counter right here. There's a girl to wait on her.
Wow, look at there.
Calm yourself, Dan.
How do you do?
Hello?
Just what do you have in mind?
There must be some way of answering that without getting thrown out.
Take it easy, Dan. Say, mister, I'm looking for some sweet-smelling perfume.
Now, let me see. Oh, here's a lovely perfume we call Dangerous.
Dangerous, huh? How much is that dangerous stuff?
$20 an ounce.
$20 an ounce?
Yeah, well, maybe my wife ain't got to smell that dangerous. You got something just a little risky that we can get?
Well, now, let me see what I have here. Oh, here's a series of perfumes that we sell to suit the personality and the type.
Yeah.
The first one is Debutante. Then the next one we call Glamour. And then there's Fascination. This might suit her.
You ain't got nothing named Scarecrow, is you?
What's in that bottle right there?
A new perfume just in this week. It's really delightful.
Yeah, what's the name of it?
Struggle number 5.
You know something? I think that's what my date used last night.
Well, I guess you better forget the perfume.
Yeah.
Say, what's in that bottle over there, miss?
Which one?
That fancy-shaped bottle over there. That is the prettiest bottle in the store.
Oh, yes. I can give you that perfume in bulk for $3. With the bottle, it's $22.50.
Kingfish, maybe you just ought to get a bookful.
Yeah. Let's get away from here.
Just a minute. Here's a new fragrance direct from France. It's called Inner Fire. Let me put a drop on the back of your hand. Now, smell that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Take a whiff of that, Andy.
Is you busy tonight, miss?
This is pretty good. How much is this, miss?
$36 an ounce.
Yeah, well, I might take some of this. Could you let me have $2 worth?
Well, you got that on the back of your hand.
Come on, Andy, come on.
In most families, the ancient and honorable system of hand-me-downs still prevails. You know, a dress goes from Mary to Janie to Dottie. Now, that might be pretty hard on poor Dottie. Except the chances are that Dottie's mother, like millions of other women, knows that the way to keep clothes new-looking longer is to wash them with Rinso. With Rinso in your washer, it takes as little as a 5-minute run per load to get clothes really clean. White clothes, Rinso white. Washable colors, safely, Rinso bright. A short run like that is easy on your washer as well as your clothes. No wonder only Rinso is recommended by the makers of 33 leading washers.
Rinso white, happy little wash day song. Rinso white, you'll sing it all day long.
For clothes sparkling white and the colors so bright, with Rinso you can't go wrong.
Rinso white, happy little wash day song.
And let's look around on the floor here and maybe get Sapphire a kimono for her birthday.
Yeah, that's good.
Lucky thing I see that on the calendar, you know. I'll give it to her early in the morning, too, for a present.
Yeah. Hey, look at here. What's Shorty doing on this floor with kimonos and women's dresses and all this stuff?
Hey, well, hello there, Shorty.
Well, I'll be dogged you can. What's new? How's good? What we do? Hiya, fellas.
Hey, Shorty, what is you doing in the women's dress department?
I'm looking for a size 36.
36 what?
I don't care as long as she's pretty.
Yeah, well, the reason I was up here, Shorty, is because I really got a problem. My wife's birthday is tomorrow, and I got to think of something to get her.
You know something? I had that same problem about last week. It was my girl Josephine's birthday, and I didn't know what to get her.
Yeah, well, it's tough, all right.
Yeah, but I finally come right out and asked her point blank what she wanted. She was very unselfish about. Oh, she was very unselfish. She said, "Sweetheart, give me something that we both can enjoy."
Oh, that's wonderful. What'd you get her, Shorty?
A lipstick.
Yeah, well, I want to get something in women's clothes for Sapphire. Shorty, you got pretty good taste. What's your preference in women's clothes?
A woman.
But what I got to get my wife, I got to get her something, Shorty.
Yeah, see, there's a woman's department back through the archway there. You could go in there. Oh, I'll tell you what you could do.
What's that?
I know a lot of husbands that go up on the 7th floor and to get their wives to come down dress.
Come down dress?
Yeah.
Why did the husbands call it that?
But because the husbands go up there and they see them on live models, they take it home and their wife puts it on. It's such a come down. So long, fella.
Well, he ain't no help to us, Anna.
No, let's go over this way.
Yeah, what's in that room over there? Got a sign over the archway there. What's that?
Oh, that's A-N-T-I...
Well, that's anticipation shop. You might find something in there. Come on, let's go in there.
What did that word anticipation mean?
You are the most ignorant man I done ever see. It means that people is anticipating a birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's walk in there. Yeah, they got some dresses on the rack in here. Look at that.
Yeah, they sure is.
Yeah, here's a rack with her size on it right here, 36. Yeah, I'll take one off the rack here and hold it up here. That is the biggest 36 I done ever seen. Hey, hold that up in front of you there, Anna.
Yeah. That's fancy, too, ain't it?
Yeah.
That laces up like a football.
Yeah. Say, wait a minute. Here comes the lady now.
How do you do? Something I can do for you?
Yeah, I want to get one of these dresses for my wife.
All right, sir. Now, when does she expect the big event?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? And you're getting her the dress today?
I wanted to wear it tomorrow night when we go out dancing, you see.
Dancing?
Oh, yeah, we do it every time. That's always a custom with us, you see.
Oh, yeah, they really jump around, them two.
It's none of my business, but I still think you're getting it rather late for the event.
Well, lucky I remembered it all. If I hadn't looked on the calendar, I wouldn't know nothing about it.
Well, this is very unusual. How many is this for your wife?
Well, confidential. She don't want to generally know it, but it's the 40th.
40th?
Yeah, but she wants people to think she's so young that she tells everybody it's just 37. That's what
this is too much.
Yeah, well, hey, lady, come back here just a minute, will you?
Sit down, George. I'm bringing your breakfast in now.
Okay, honey, okay. Well, I think I done the right thing in getting her this nice kimono. It's all wrapped up pretty. I'll give it to her when she brings in my coffee.
All right, George. Here's breakfast.
Yeah, well, now, sweetheart, here's a little surprise for you.
A surprise? Why, George?
Honey, I'm going to confess something to you. You know that $5 that we had put away? I used it to get this.
Well, George, I'm sorry you done that, because I wanted to get some with that $5 myself.
Well, anyway, honey, like an elephant, I never forget to report an occasion. Here it is, honey, your present, with all my best wishes for a happy birthday.
Happy birthday? George, this ain't my birthday. It's your birthday.
You know, Ann, I believe some folks really like to get all tired and wore out from working too hard.
Oh, no, you're wrong there, Amos.
Yeah, that's one time I agree with you. Yeah, I is wrong. And that's why I hope the ladies listening will pay special attention to what Mr. Carlton Goodell has to say.
About wash day. You see, ladies, you don't really have to break your back scrubbing clothes on a washboard. Not if you use Rinso. Those soapy-rich suds soak clothes clean, often in as little as 10 minutes, because Rinso gets out stubborn dirt fast. Then a few quick finger rubs on extra soil places will help you to turn out a wash that's right, Rinso white, and washable colors Rinso bright. So make your wash days easy Rinso wash days for top results. But remember, if your grocer has to tell you occasionally that he's out of Rinso, it isn't his fault. New shipments go out regularly. So ask again. Rinso's worth waiting for.
Happy birthday to you Girl Scouts. Thank you, folks, and good night.
Good night, everybody.
Remember, next Tuesday night, same time, for the Amos and Andy Show. The Red Cross, ladies and gentlemen, is you. Without your help, it could not carry on its work. For 1946, the Red Cross needs $100 million to continue its services to our occupying forces still overseas, our hospitalized servicemen, veterans, and civilians in need. General Eisenhower has said, quote, I express the earnest hope of the Army that the American public will continue its generous support of the Red Cross during 1946. Give all you can, friends. Give more than you can to the Red Cross. Good night.
New Lifebuoy is here. It's the soap we've been wanting to give you for years. 3 big advantages: exclusive ingredient, vanishing scent, and extra protective lather. More than twice the protective ingredient you've been getting. Use New Lifebuoy in your daily bath. It stops BO. Be popular. Use New Lifebuoy.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
For your entertainment and pleasure, here is Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden. It's time once again for another comedy episode of Our Miss Brooks, written by Al Lewis. Well, Friday fell on the 13th of the month, a day of caution for the superstitious. But to our Miss Brooks, who teaches English at Madison High School, it didn't mean a thing.
No, indeed. Even when my landlady told me at breakfast that our cat Minerva came home with 2 black kittens, I just laughed and said, Mrs. Davis, no.
Oh, yes. They've just had our last drop of milk.
But Minerva and I were always so friendly. She didn't say a word to me about this.
Oh, the kittens aren't Minerva's. I don't know where they belong. All I know is that we can't afford to keep them. It would mean 2 more mouths to feed.
You're right, Mrs. Davis. We've got enough trouble feeding the mouths we've got.
Say, I've got an idea. We could leave them in the Snodgrass pet shop until we located the owners. Stretch's father has all sorts of things in his place.
That's true. He even has Stretch.
Good old Stretch. That boy certainly is a fine athlete.
Yes, he is. Now, if there was only some way we could find to exercise his brain. Don't worry about the kittens, Mrs. Davis. I'll have Walter Denton drop them off at the pet shop on our way to school this morning.
Good. And one more thing, Connie. Would you deliver this jar to Mr. Conklin when you get to school?
Certainly, Mrs. Davis. What have you cooked up for our beloved principal?
It's a secret concoction, Connie. My own recipe. It never fails.
Good. How long does it take to work, and will they find out what's in it at the autopsy?
It's just a remedy for hiccups, Connie. It contains nothing but juniper juice, oil of cloves, a dash of vinegar, some vanilla extract, a spoonful of baking soda.
Tell me the rest after breakfast.
Well, that's about all there is to it. But it's very good. Mrs. Conklin says it's just a nervous reaction. She called last night and told me he got the hiccups yesterday, just a few minutes after he found out that the superintendent of schools is visiting him this afternoon.
Mr. Michaels? Why should he give Mr. Conklin the hiccups?
Well, there's a new term starting, and it seems that Mr. Michaels wants to chat with Osgood about the way he's running Madison.
You mean if Mr. Michaels finds fault with something, there's a chance that Mr. Conklin may not be... Oh, now cut it out, Connie. You're too old to live in a dream world. Oh, that's Walter Denton. Come in, Walter.
I'd better go into the kitchen. I've got to clean those dishes I used for the kitten's milk.
Why don't you let Minerva do the dishes? They're her friends.
Brooks, did I hear Mrs. Davis mention kittens?
Just some transient acquaintances, Walter. We're going to drop them off at Stretch's pet shop on the way to school.
Oh, swell. Stretch will get a big kick out of them. He loves animals. All kinds of animals.
I know. You've been friends for years, haven't you? I hope you're not superstitious, Walter, but these are both black cats, and today is Friday the 13th.
Oh, that doesn't bother me, Miss Brooks. This is going to be a red letter day in my memory. The day when the results of careful planning should be brought to fruition.
Translation?
Well, you've heard of Cure That Habit Incorporated, haven't you?
You mean the outfit that helps people overcome alcoholism?
Yes, ma'am. They got a big ad in the papers. You know, perhaps you or someone near and dear to you is a victim of this dread disease. Send for our instructive literature telling how you, too, can be cured. Well, day before yesterday, I sent for it.
You, Walter? I always thought you were strictly a 2 Coke a day man.
Oh, I didn't sign my name and address to the request. I printed the name of someone very near and dear to me.
Who?
Osgood Conklin.
Walter, Mr. Conklin doesn't drink. Why, even on New Year's Eve, he just had fruit punch. His proudest boast is that he's a teetotaler.
Well, that's the humor of it. When he gets all this stuff in the mail, he'll think that somebody somewhere doesn't believe that he doesn't drink. That thought alone should turn him purple.
It'll probably be quite a picturesque spectacle. But I still don't think it's right, Walter. Does Harriet know about this rib?
Of course not. She's his daughter. She likes Mr. Conklin.
Well, she's bright in other ways. Now, come on, Walter. We've got to get started for school if we're going to drop those kittens off.
Okay, Miss Brooks. Oh, one thing before we go. Everything I've told you today is strictly confidential. And not that I'm asking for an oath of secrecy or anything. I know that I couldn't possibly feel the admiration and respect for you that I do feel if I thought you rat on me. I mean, betray my confidence about this joke that I'm pulling.
Well, don't worry, Walter. Your secret is safe with me.
Miss Brooks, that statement makes me feel warm all over.
Really?
Sure. In a dangerous practical joke like this, it's great to know that somebody else is in it with you up to her ears.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Chalmers. What can I do for you?
Well, Mr. Michaels, as superintendent of schools, you're acquainted, no doubt, with the principal of Madison High School.
Oh, yes, that's Osgood Conklin. Matter of fact, I'm going to see him this afternoon.
Then I'd very much like to go with you. You see, Mr. Michaels, my son attends Madison High, and I'm very anxious to find out the meaning of this postcard which arrived at my office this morning.
Postcard?
Yes, sir. I'll read it to you. It's addressed to Cure That Habit Incorporated. That's my firm, Mr. Michaels. And it says, kindly send me all your literature. I am determined once and for all to rid myself of the curse of alcoholism. It's signed, Osgood Conklin.
Here we are, Miss Brooks. Dear old Madison High.
I should have known that the Snodgrass pet shop doesn't open until 9. What in the world are we going to do with these kittens, Walter?
Gosh, I don't know, Miss Brooks. Mr. Conklin's awfully strict about pets in the building. The only animals allowed are in Mr. Boynton's lab. Oh, say, we could keep them in there until lunch period.
That's right. Then Stretch could take them over to his dad's shop. Come on, Walter, let's take them in. Wait a minute, where are the kittens?
I've got them in my sweater pocket. See, here's one. Meow. And here's the other one. Meow.
So much for Maxine and Laverne. Hello, Miss Brooks. Hello, Patty. I mean, Harriet.
Hey, Harriet. I gotta run now. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, Walter.
How did your dad feel, Harriet? Are the hiccups gone?
Yes, Miss Brooks. They disappeared about an hour ago. But I'm afraid it isn't permanent. Every time something unpleasant happens, it brings them on again.
Well, maybe this remedy that Mrs. Davis sent down will be of some help. I'd better take it into him right now.
All right, Miss Brooks. See you in class.
Come in.
It's me, Mr. Conklin.
Oh, Miss Brooks. Well, they're back.
Who's back?
Does that answer your question?
Maybe you should see a doctor, Mr. Conklin.
Saw a doctor yesterday. Pick up. Told me to relax, and they go away. Relax. Pick up. What's in that jar you've got there?
It's a hiccup cure that Mrs. Davis asked me to give you. She made it herself.
What's in it?
Nothing but juniper juice, oil of cloves, a dash of vinegar, some vanilla extract, and baking soda.
I'd rather have the hiccup.
Mr. Conklin, if you haven't got anything else handy, maybe you ought to try some of Mrs. Davis's remedy.
Well, I might take just one swallow of the stuff. Give it here.
Well, Mr. Conklin, what does it taste like?
Well, it tastes like hiccup. Like hiccup. Like.
What's the difference as long as it does the job?
Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, will continue in just a moment. But first,
the first.
After giving Mr. Conklin an antidote for Mrs. Davis's hiccup remedy, I returned to my classroom and whiled away the hours before lunch by teaching a bit of English. Promptly at noon, I found myself, by the amazing coincidence which occurs daily, at Mr. Boynton's biology lab.
Come in. Oh, it's you, Miss Brooks. I'm glad you dropped in. Very glad indeed.
Honestly, Mr. Boynton?
I should say so. You got to get these cats out of here.
Oh. No, don't worry about that. Walter Denton has asked Stretch to pick them up and take them to the Snodgrass Pet Shop.
Oh, good.
Where are they, Mr. Boynton?
Well, I had to keep them over here in a separate cage, away from the white mice. They were pretty upset.
Cats do that to mice as a rule.
Well, here they are. This one loves to be petted. So does this one, for that matter.
Hello, Mr. Boynton. Excuse me, Miss Brooks. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's all right, Stretch.
Oh, I don't mind waiting if you want to finish your song.
No, thanks. I don't know the rest of the words.
Are these the cats Walter wants me to take down to the shop?
Oh, that's right, Stretch. Do you think you can handle them all right?
Oh, sure. I love animals. Gosh, I think animals are smarter than a lot of people of whom I'm acquainted with.
I know they're smarter than some people of whom I'm acquainted with.
Before I take the cats, Mr. Boynton, I'd like to talk to you about a swap. You got a bullfrog in here I'd like to show my dad.
Well, you don't mean my pet McDougal?
Oh, no, sir. I know you wouldn't let Mac out of your sight. I mean this big fella over here. Hiya, boy. Hiya, big fella. See? He knows me. Say more, fella.
He certainly talks your language.
If you'll let me have him, Mr. Boynton, I'll give you Clarence.
Clarence?
I got him right here in my pocket. There he is. Don't be scared. He's perfectly harmless. Isn't he, Mr. Boynton?
Oh, yes, of course. It's completely non-poisonous, Miss Brooks. This little creature's a milk snake.
That's right, Miss Brooks. Just a little old milk snake.
Must take a pretty shallow bucket.
Well, he couldn't possibly hurt anyone, Miss Brooks. He's just a baby.
That doesn't prove anything. When I was a baby, I bit people all the time. Take him away, Stretch, please.
Well, yes, Stretch. You keep the snake and take the frog along, too.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Boynton. I'll take awful good care of him.
Don't forget the kitten, Stretch.
Well, I won't. Let's see now. Well, it's a good thing I wore my sport jacket today. I can put the kittens in the side pockets, the frog in an inside pocket, and Clarence in my breast pocket.
Too bad you're not a kangaroo. You could give me a lift to the cafeteria.
Oh, I'm not going to the cafeteria. I got to go to the principal's office and clean it up. Mr. Conklin's expecting some high brass down.
You mean the chandelier's loose?
No, ma'am. The superintendent of schools is coming here. And that reminds me, Mr. Conklin says that you should inspect his office as soon as I get through and see that everything's spick and span.
Me?
That's right, Miss Brooks. Well, I better get going. Thanks for the key frog, Mr. Boynton.
Oh, you're welcome, Stretch.
See you in a little while, Miss Brooks.
Oh, that's just dandy. Now I won't be able to accept your charming invitation to lunch, Mr. Boynton.
What invitation? Oh, you mean to lunch? Gee, Miss Brooks, maybe you could have a quick lunch with me and then inspect Mr. Conklin's office.
I hate to disappoint you, Mr. Boynton, but that's just what I'm going to do.
The last window's clean. Mr. Conklin's office looks neat as a pin. Don't you think so, Miss Brooks?
Let's see. Yes, it looks very nice, Stretch. Mr. Conklin should be very pleased when he gets back from lunch.
Oh, I hope so. Now I'll put my jackets back on and get these animals back to the... Hey, wait a minute. They're gone.
Who's gone?
Everybody. Kittens, the frog, and the snake. They must have crawled out of my pockets when I put my jacket down.
Oh, no. Well, they must be in the office somewhere. We've got to find them before...
Well, let's see how the place looks.
Mr. Conklin.
You've done a very nice job, Stretch.
Well, thanks, Mr. Conklin.
You can run along now. Miss Brooks, you will stay here and help me find some papers.
Yes, sir.
But, Mr. Conklin...
I've already thanked you, Snodgrass. Now go. Now then, Miss Brooks, I've been trying to locate the semi-annual report I made to the Board of Education 6 months ago. Will you kindly look in the top drawer of my desk while I try the closet here?
Very well, Mr. Conklin. It's not in there.
You hardly looked, Miss Brooks.
I saw enough.
Not in here either. Oh, it must be in this drawer. Let me look for myself. You were right, Miss Brooks. There's nothing in there but a cat. Well, maybe it's in this other drawer. No, just another cat. Well, in that case, I'll simply have... Just another cat! Miss Brooks, what are those two cats doing in my desk?
Maybe they're looking for the report, too. They might have strayed in through an open window, Mr. Conklin. I'll have them removed at once.
Well, see that you do. But first, go look in my filing cabinet.
Yes, sir.
Look under letter B.
Yes, sir. What are you doing in here? You should be filed under F. It's not in here, Mr. Conklin.
Well, it must be somewhere. Let me look. What's in this badge? Let's see. One letter from Boys Town. My Beaver Patrol badge. One communication from the board. One frog. An invitation to the Elks barbecue. Another notice of a board meeting. A letter from... One frog! Miss Brooks, there's a frog hopping around my filing cabinet.
Frog?
Yes, he's jumping all over the place. What'll I do, Miss Brooks?
Why don't you hit him with the snake that's crawling on your coat lapel?
That's a good idea. I'll just take this snake and then I'll... Take this snake!
Here, Mr. Conklin, just file him under F.
Wait. What's going on here? Miss Brooks, look! Look, this mark on my hand. That snake bit me. I'm poisoned.
Oh, but Mr. Conklin,
I've got to be inoculated. Quick, take me to the first aid room.
Now, just sit in that chair and relax for a minute, Mr. Conklin. I'll be right back.
As you say, Miss Brooks.
Hi, Miss Brooks. I got all the animals out of Mr. Conklin's office.
Good. For a while there, he thought the snake bit him, but I've convinced Mr. Conklin that the mark on his hand is just a bruise. In fact, I was looking for some rubbing alcohol, but they seem to be out of it in first aid.
I'll get you some over at the gym. But first, I'd like to cheer Mr. Conklin up a bit. Hiya, Mr. Conklin. Let's see your hand.
There. All black and blue.
That ain't nothing at all, Mr. Conklin. The skin ain't even broke. You got nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Doctor. Now the hiccup. There they are again.
Oh, don't worry about them, Mr. Conklin.
I didn't expect you'd be concerned, Miss Brooks.
Well, frankly, after hearing nothing but meow and all day, it's a relief to hear a...
I know, a sure cure for hiccups, Mr. Conklin. Now, just sit back in that swivel chair for a minute.
I am sitting back.
Swell. Now the idea is to start spinning you around slowly.
Yeah, Stretch, stop that.
Would never fail.
Stretch, you mustn't spin, Mr. Conklin, like that.
I know, we got to spin them faster.
Oh, no, Stretch.
Let go of me. Stop this at once, you hear me? Stop it, I say.
Stretch, stop.
There.
Daddy, I've been looking all over for you.
Who are these girls who just came in?
It's me, Daddy. Harriet. Oh, Mr. Michaels is waiting for you in your office.
Oh, thank you, Harriet. Just get up and... Oh, I can hardly stand. I'm so dizzy.
Maybe you ought to spin around the other way for a while.
Well, let me help you, Mr. Conklin.
I'll deal with you later, boy. Meanwhile, Miss Brooks, you go ahead and tell Mr. Michaels I'll be right there. I'll lean on Harriet and Stretch until I feel a little stronger.
So you see, Mr. Michaels, I certainly wouldn't want my boy in a school run by someone who had to come to my firm for assistance.
I'm sure there must be some mistake, Mr. Chalmers. I've known Osgood Conklin for a good many years, and whatever else he may be, he's not a drinking man.
Good day, gentlemen. I'm Miss Brooks. Mr. Conklin will be here in a minute.
I'm Mr. Michaels, Miss Brooks, and this is Mr. Chalmers.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Tell me, Miss Brooks, how is Mr. Conklin feeling these days?
Feeling?
Yes.
Oh, just fine. He's never been better.
Good. You see, Mr. Chalmers, I'm sure that one look at Mr. Conklin will convince you that he's not the type of person who sends postcards to Cure That Habit Incorporated.
Hello, Mr. Michaels. Sorry I'm late.
There you go.
Mr. Conklin?
I must have tripped, Mr. Michaels. And who are these gentlemen with you?
These gentlemen are Mr. Chalmers. Shake hands with the one in the middle.
Pleasure to know you, Mr. Chalmers.
Don't look now, but that's Mr. Michaels. Here's Mr. Chalmers.
Oh, of course. Glad to shake your hand, Mr. Chalmers.
You're shaking his umbrella.
What seems to be the matter, Mr. Conklin? Having trouble with your vision?
Yes, that's it. I broke my glasses this morning. Well, I'll get over here and sit down at my desk.
Michaels, look at him stagger.
Incredible. Miss Brooks, you said Mr. Conklin never felt better.
That's right. You should have seen him an hour ago. Boy, what hiccups.
Hiccups?
Yes. I always get them when I'm startled.
And what, may I ask, startled you?
He opened his desk drawer this morning and saw a cat in it.
Tell me, Mr. Conklin, in which drawer did you see the cat?
Well, the first cat I saw was in this drawer.
In this drawer, Mr. Conklin?
No, there's another cat in there. It was the one in here that startled me.
Would you mind showing us your cats, Mr. Conklin?
Not at all. They're right here in these drawers. Why, they're gone.
They come and they go, Mr. Conklin?
Miss Brooks, where are the cats?
They disappeared right after I took you to first aid. But he really did see them, gentlemen.
Indeed. The next thing you'll be trying to tell us is that he found a bullfrog in his filing cabinet.
How did you know?
Bullfrog, too?
There must be some error here.
Yes, he was filed under B instead of F.
So, Mr. Michaels, do you believe me now?
I'm afraid I do, Mr. Chalmers. Conklin, I don't want to seem unnecessarily cruel, but if you want to stay on as principal of this...
Oh, pardon me, folks. Oh, here's your alcohol, Mr. Conklin.
I'll take it straight.
Miss Brooks, that alcohol is for Mr. Conklin?
Yes, it's for where the snake bit him.
Snake?
Yes, of course, it really didn't bite him. He just thought it did.
So you saw a snake, too, Mr. Conklin?
Yes, I did, right on my lapel. Although I'm told that he's not poisonous, snakes still give me an extremely unpleasant feeling. I assure you that if I ever see him again, I'll... Wait a minute. There he is under your chair, Mr. Chalmers. Look out. I'll get him, mister. I'll get him. There.
Good for you, Mr. Conklin. You have just killed Mr. Chalmers' umbrella.
Out of here. This man is dangerous.
I'll go with you, Mr. Chalmers. As for you, Mr. Conklin, I'll talk to you again when you're sober.
Sober?
Mr. Chalmers here is the head of Cure That Habit Incorporated.
Oh, no.
This card he received yesterday will explain why he called on me this morning. Good day.
Cure This Habit Incorporated? What has that got to do with me? Miss Brooks, read this card for me.
It says, kindly send me all your literature. I am determined once and for all to rid myself of the curse of alcoholism. And it's signed Osgood Conklin.
Poor soul. Any man who has to resort to writing in it.
Osgood Conklin! I know you didn't write this postcard because I know who did. But it was only a little Friday the 13th joke, and I'm honor bound not to mention who did it.
Oh, you are. Well, Miss Brooks, such loyalty is worthy of a better fate than the one under which you are about to crumble. You see, you and I have traveled the road of learning together for some time now. It hasn't always been a smooth road, but it's been our road, Miss Brooks. Now, do you know what's in store for you?
I believe I do, Mr. Conklin. Pass me the rubbing alcohol.
The rubbing alcohol?
Yes, I might as well have one for the road.
Eve Arden as our Miss Brooks returns in just a moment, but... And now, once again, here is our Miss Brooks.
Well, much to my surprise, Mr. Conklin didn't dismiss me on the spot. But he did insist that I report to his office immediately after school. On my arrival, he told me we were going down to Mr. Michaels' office immediately. But, Mr. Conklin, what good will that do?
If you won't tell me who sent that card in, perhaps you'll tell the superintendent of schools. Now, wait, right where you are, Miss Brooks. I'm going to get my hat and coat out of the closet.
Yes, Mr. Conklin.
Hiya, Miss Brooks. Gee, I'm glad Mr. Conklin's not here.
Walter, wait
Look
a minute.
at this. Here's an ad for another one of those liquor cures I'm going to sign his name to. Boy, I wish I could see his face when he finds out about this one.
I'll bet he'll be positively purple.
Purple isn't the word for it. Old Marblehead will turn all the colors of the rainbow. What should I do now?
There's only one thing you can do. Plead insanity.
Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, was produced and directed by Larry Burns, written by Arthur Alsberg and Al Lewis, with the music of Lud Bluskin. Mr. Conklin was played by Gail Gordon. This program came to you from the Frankfurt studios of the American Forces Network Europe and was prepared for rebroadcast over this network by specialist Ed Barron.
Of Avalon cigarettes, please.
Yes, sir. Just a moment, sir. Don't forget your change. You'd never guess, but Avalon cost you less.
So why not always travel on with Avalon?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is Del King saying welcome to Avalon Time with Kirk Massey, Edna Stillwell, Jeanette, the Avalon Chorus, Bob Strong and his orchestra, and radio's red-headed ragamuffin, Richard Red Skelton. Gentlemen, Avalons will open your eyes to real cigarette value because they give you the perfect combination of highest quality plus outstanding money-saving economy. Avalons cost 3 to 5 cents less per pack than other popular price brands. And be assured, 3 to 5 cents saved on every pack of cigarettes you smoke means something. It mounts up to many, many dollars in a surprisingly short time. And remember this. It's extra dollars that you would never have otherwise. Now a word of warning. Don't let Avalon's low cost fool you. Judging by the quality, you'd never guess they cost you less. Only the very choicest Turkish and domestic tobaccos go into union-made Avalons, blended with rare skill to give you cigarette smoking enjoyment that is unsurpassed for smoothness, mildness, and mellow flavor. Truly, ladies and gentlemen, Avalons are exceptional cigarettes. It will pay you well to give them a trial tonight. And now we come to the first trip of our Triple Alliance. Our red-headed headline hunter and his headline hokum. Here he is, that cocky correspondent who concocts curious quips from the news quotes, that candid camera-eyed commentator creating corn from cross-current events, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And now for the news.
We start off this evening with news fashions for the men. Men this fall are going to wear gay colors. The businessmen are going to wear red to match the books. I bought a new suit the other day. I wanted one of those kind with stripes, you know, the kind all the big bankers are wearing. Well, I went into one of those exclusive clothing stores, you know, the kind when a customer walks in, the door automatically locks. Well, anyhow, they didn't have any suits with stripes in them, so they just sold me a blue serge and gave me a piece of chalk. Hollywood, California. Hedy Lamarr drops her handkerchief on Hollywood Boulevard. The streets are now closed for repair. Here's some more news about Hollywood. An actor and an actress are reported to have been happily married for a week and a half. Someday they're going to carry that publicity stuff too far. Political news, Philadelphia. A proposed presidential candidate for 1940 refuses to be considered for the election. He says, who wants the job? The president of the day is just a 3-cent stamp of tomorrow. Oh, politics is great stuff, though. A farmer down in Kansas has gotten so many loans from the government that he can only milk his cows now with a political pull. 10 explorers leave for the South Pole. Gee, they get the same effect by staying and going to a movie theater. Boy, those movie theaters really have cooling systems. It's so cold in the theater next door to my house. Yesterday, someone opened the side door and 14 sparrows left for Florida. I like those theaters. I go to a theater every day up to the house where I live. In fact, I have to. That's where we keep the butter. A man 108 years old marries a woman 65. He'll probably have to bring Niagara Falls to see them. Chicago, Illinois. 300,000 people listened to Lawrence Tibbett sing in the rain. I was down there the other night. While he was singing from The Barber of Seville, a bolt of lightning came along and gave me a close shave. Well, I guess that takes care of the news for tonight, so I think I'll stumble out and let lovely Jeanette trip in with Oh, You Crazy Moon. Sing it pretty, Jeanette, but pretty...
When they met, the way they smiled, I saw that I was through. Oh, you crazy moon, what did you do? When they kissed, they tried to say that it was just in fun. Oh, you crazy moon, look what you've done. Once you promised me, you know that it would never end. You should be ashamed to show your funny face, my friend. There they are, they fell in love. I guess you think you're smart. Oh, you crazy moon, you broke my heart. They fell in love. I guess you think you're smart. Oh, you crazy moon, you broke my heart.
Comes now the Slice of Life, a short playlet about things that happen in everyday life. As the scene opens, we find a young couple at a college dance. Edna Stillwell plays the part of a beautiful co-ed. Red Skelton plays the part of something in a boy's size. Listen.
Gee, I could dance with you like this forever.
Don't you want to improve? Tell me, Richard, why do you always stand in one place when you dance? Why don't you move around?
I want to save money.
You want to save money?
Yeah, I rented this tuxedo for the mile.
Well, you look very well in it.
Thanks.
I certainly like those trousers.
You do?
Yeah. The first pair of pants I've seen with the knees in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
gee, you ought to be able to dance better than that. I heard that last week you won the jitterbug contest.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a jitterbug.
Neither did I until somebody mistook my back pocket for an ashtray. Well, the music stopped playing, so we stopped dancing?
Yeah, step down.
Hey, let's go out on the porch. Here comes the campus Romeo. He thinks all the girls are nuts about him. Come on.
I think he's wonderful.
Yeah, what's he got that I can't get on the installment plan?
Wait, I want to meet him.
Oh, all right. Gee. Hey, Roger. Edna, this is Roger Jones.
Hello, darling.
Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, you two know each other?
No, but why waste time?
Gee, you're a cute little dish.
Come on and break it up, Roger. This ain't dish night.
Say, I like that dress you have on.
Thanks. I got this dress at a bargain sale. And you know, it's a funny thing. Another girl wanted it, too. We both grabbed it at the same time.
Yeah, and the half you got looks very well on you.
Yes, sir, I really like that color.
Thanks. I think the dress brings out my eyes.
Yeah, mine too.
What are you going to do now, Icky? Ask her for a date?
Nah, I'm going to ask you for that buck you borrowed from me yesterday.
Oh, well, gee, didn't I pay that back yet? Well, I'll take care of it now. You don't have a checkbook, do you?
Sure, right here.
Yeah. Well, do you have a fountain pen?
No, but you'll find the ink over there in the writing room.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Well, don't go away, Edna. I'll be right back. It'll only take a minute.
Say, what's a nice kid like you doing with a guy like that? Haven't you heard the rumor that's going around about him?
Heard it. I started it.
Hey, listen, why don't you ditch that guy and let you and me go to a nightclub, huh?
Okay, but I promised Richard I'd let him drive me home. Here he comes. Pretend we were talking about class.
Right.
So I said to the
Well, here you are, fella. My personal check for $1. But do me a favor, will you? Don't cash it for a couple of weeks or I'm ruined. Say, Edna, a gang is going to the nightclub. Would you like to go?
Well, yes. Roger, I'll let Richard drive me over in his car to the dormitory to get my coat.
Yeah.
Then I'll duck out the back way and meet you in the alley.
Okay, it's a date.
Come on, Edna.
Okay, where's your car?
This way. It's stacked up outside. Oh, there it is. Ain't that pretty? That's a 1912 Saxon.
A Saxon?
Yeah.
Which end do you blow? What a car. Has it got a radio?
No, I can't afford a radio.
Well, gee, I want to hear some music.
Well, get in. Maybe we can pick up some gypsy.
Will you drive me over to the dormitory? I want to get my coat.
Yeah, well, hold on. Here we go.
Hey, have you got good brakes on this thing?
Sure. All you got to do when you want to stop is press down on the front fender. Uh-oh. I think I've got a flat tire.
Well, that makes us even.
Look, you only live a block from here. I'll drive down and fix the tire while you're getting your coat. I got to get those brakes fixed. Well, here we are. I'll change the tire.
Okay, I'll go in and get my coat. I'll be right out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Gee, I wish I had a new tube. I guess I'll just have to blow up some bubble gum. Boy, she's been in there 3 hours. What's she doing? Making that coat? Hey, Edna. Edna. I'm going to sneak in no man's land and see what's keeping her. Boy, if anybody catches me in here, my college days are over. Oh, boy, the door's unlocked.
Just a minute, young man. What are you doing in here? Don't you know this building is for girls only?
Yes, I do, but yes, but you see, I just arrived in town, ma'am, and I'd like to see my sister.
Your sister?
Yes, ma'am, my sister. I just wanted to tell her I was in town.
Oh, who is your sister?
Why, Edna Stillwell. Edna Stillwell. I'm her brother, Richard Stillwell.
Well, Edna is your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
My, I'm sure glad to know you.
Oh,
I'm sorry we haven't met before.
Oh, thank you. May I ask who you are?
I am Edna's mother.
Oh, I'm glad. Oh, good night.
And now Bob Strong and the Avalon Orchestra in Bob's own arrangement of An Apple for the Teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear what Chris Theophilus, the well-known Greek diplomat, said the first time he tried Avalon cigarettes? Well, he said,
all the boys told me try Avalons. That's for me, Joe. That's the best cigarette you can get it.
And he's absolutely right, too. Avalons are the best cigarettes you can got it. In fact, it's amazing that any cigarette with the superior quality of Avalon can be sold for 3 to 5 cents less per pack than other popular price brands. Yes, that's what you get in Union-made Avalons. Highest quality cigarettes at a very worthwhile saving. So, why not take advantage of it? And let me tell you, you'll like Avalon's smoother, milder taste and flavor, made possible by a super blend of the finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos obtainable. Truly, you'd never guess Avalon's cost you less. 3 to 5 cents less per pack. Without a doubt, friends, they're the outstanding cigarette buy of today. So the next time, why don't you give Avalon's a trial? With pleasure, we present Kurt Massey and the Avalon Chorus. Kurt has chosen one of the most melodious of the trail songs for tonight. It's a lonely trail. Kurt, if you will, please.
Standing at the crossroads, don't know where to travel. Roads of rock and gravel don't lead me anywhere. Just the smoothest highway somehow isn't my way. And nobody seems to care. It's a lonely trail when you're traveling all alone. It's a lonely trail when you're just a rolling stone. With a lonely star to guide you and a lonely heart inside you, like a ship without a port to call your own. It's a lonely trail when you haven't got a friend. And the road before you never seems to end. But I wouldn't mind life's trouble if I could only travel double. It's a lonely trail when you're traveling all alone.
Well, now it's time for the third trip in our Triple Alliance, the Send-Out Skeleton Service. Would you like the day off from your business or profession? Then give us a ring and we'll send out Skeleton while you send out for some aspirin. We now take you to his office where Edna Stillwell is acting secretary and Skeleton is acting screwy, as usual.
Hello? This is the Send-Out Skeleton Service. You take the trip. We'll send the drip. What's that? You want to go out for the evening and you want Skeleton to mind the baby? Okay, goodbye.
Oh, boy, hey, you mean I got to look after one of those little pink things tied up in ribbons with no hair?
Don't look so scared. After all, you were a baby once yourself.
How do you know?
And you were a lazy little baby, according to your mother.
What do you mean I was a lazy baby?
Well, she said you were even too lazy to shake your rattle. You just let it lay on your tummy and wait till you got hiccups.
I did not. Well, a job's a job, so I'm off to bounce a baby.
Here's the address.
Yeah?
And wait a minute. I want to pin these on your lapel.
Oh, flowers?
No, safety pins.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Edna, I don't think I ought to take this. I'll put him to sleep. With my fist, I'll give him a bob. Yep, I guess it's the house. Gee, it's all lit up. Kind of reminds me of my uncle. Well, here goes.
Yes?
Is there a baby in the house?
That's my business.
Well, I've come to mind your business.
Oh, you're a Skeleton, huh? Well,
Yes.
come right in. Here's my baby boy.
Gee, he's a cute little guy, isn't he? Looks just like you.
You're looking at him upside down. Now, my wife thinks I'm minding the baby, but this is the night I play poker, see? And I'm in a hurry. Now, the baby's bottle's in the icebox, and if he gets colic, give him Paragori. And, the Diety man will be around, too. And if he cries, you figure out what to do. So long.
Well, imagine me having to take care of a baby. Hello, little dribble puss. Come on, let's get acquainted. Now, you don't want to be a crybaby and keep people awake all night, do you? No. I wonder who that is. Oh, it's probably the Diety man. Come in. Why, you the Diety man?
Well, I ain't a three-quarter fast
Thank you, he's the Diety man.
Oh, goodness, yes, Mr. Skeleton. I'm a D-man. I'm an instructor, too. I go around teaching fathers all about what they call the infernal triangle. You teach them? Oh, heavens, yes. After all, I know babies backwards.
Yeah.
But what are you doing here, Mr. Skeleton?
Oh, I'm taking care of this baby. And he's as good as gold. Wasn't he?
Well, I gotta go now, Mr. Skeleton. I'm working on a new invention, a Diety with a zipper.
Yeah?
And if it works, every father will be a quick change artist.
Hey, well, wait a minute. I may need some help around here, Turkey. Oh, now, quiet. No. Let's see. I'll take this pin out over here. Take this one out over here.
Well, bless my event. He's cute.
Here, hand me one of those, Turkey. Or maybe you better put it on.
Oh, goodness, Mr. Skeleton, I can't help you. I see they don't use the triangle style.
Yeah. You mean I gotta do it myself?
Yes.
Square, huh? Well, let's see. Well, this one up here on the shirt. Here's one on the outside. Oh, gee, I stuck my finger. How'd that look, Turkey?
Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Skeleton. But where are his legs?
That's funny. They were there a few minutes ago. Hey, maybe I should have folded it. Well, I ain't going to try it again. That's the thing. Hey, maybe he's got colic. His old man said if he got colic to give him a pair of something. Oh, yeah, Gorix. He said if he got colic to give him a pair of Gorix.
A pair of Gorix? Why, I never heard of them. Well, when I got colic, Mom used to give me some brandy in a little warm water.
She did? Look, I'll go see if I can find some brandy. See if you can amuse him, Herky. Maybe there's some out in the kitchen here.
All right. Baby. Oh, looky. See the funny old face Unky Herky's making. Oh, well, I know what'll stop you. Watch me while I stand on my head. Look, baby. Oh! Oh, my goodness gracious. The china closet, the floor lamp, and the goldfish bowl. Well, at least it stopped him from crying. Now, I ain't gonna do that again. Wait, I'll sing something for you, baby, and for goodness sake, laugh when I sit down at the piano. Oh, sleep, oh, baby. Well, maybe I scared the poor thing to death. Good heavens, Mr. Skelton! Just when I had him quiet.
Oh, I tripped over the kitchen cabinet. Hey, I couldn't find any brandy. You think he could go for a little slug of gin?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it ought to be all right.
How much shall I give him?
Well, let's see. I can't remember just what Mom gave me. It was either a teaspoonful mixed in with a glass of water or a spoonful of water mixed in with a glass of brandy.
Sounds more logical. It was a glass of brandy to a teaspoonful of water.
Yes, I guess that's it.
Only we're going to have to use gin. Well,
yeah?
Here's a glass of gin. We'll give him the water later for a chase. Hold still, baby.
Oh, look out, Mr. Skelton. He'll knock it out of your hand.
Oh, gee, the rest of the gin's spilled, too. Gosh, all over me, you and the baby.
Oh, my. Well, I guess maybe we better both sing to him.
Hey, my uncle used to sing a song, put himself to sleep with it. Sweet Adeline, I think it was.
Sweet Adeline? Well, I know that song.
Come on, let's sing it.
Sweet Adeline. Sweet Adeline.
Oh, thank heavens. My baby. What are you two doing in my house?
Are you the baby's mother?
Yes, I am. And what do you two mean by coming to my house and getting intoxicated?
Oh, we just intoxicated. Who, me? Us?
Do you deny it? Empty gin bottle, you reeking with the smell of it. House wrecked and singing that awful song. Help, please!
Now, wait a minute, lady. Take it easy. We ain't been drinking. Honest, we haven't. The baby knows we haven't. Hey, baby, tell your mom we didn't touch a drop. Go on, tell her we're only trying to keep you quiet, will you?
Listen, schoolboy, how do you expect me to talk and I'm only 6 months old?
See? Well, Del, a few more hunks of time, and the networks will be playing an identification tag.
That's right, and we'll be it.
Yeah, say, Del, I don't like to bring this up, but have you been going around saying that I'm uneducated?
No, not at all, Red. I merely said that your spelling is original.
Oh, well, that's the... Oh, what's the use? Good night, folks. See you next week. Bye.
Remember, friends, during the week when you ask for Avalon cigarettes,
don't forget your change.
So why not always travel on with Avalon?
yes, you'd never guess, but Avalons cost only 10 cents plus city or state tax. Ladies and gentlemen, Red Skelton will appear at the Chicago Theater starting next Friday, along with John Bowles and Zazu Pitt. And Red will be back with us next Saturday evening at the same time when the Brown & Williamson Tobacco Corporation will again present Avalon Time. Del King speaking. Good night.
Avalon Time has come to you from our Chicago studio. An apple for the teacher is from the production of Star Maker. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
It's Trell, T-R-E-L-L, Procter & Gamble's new Radiant Cream Shampoo in the handy tube. Trell brings you The Life of Riley. Trell, the shampoo that removes unsightly dandruff in as little as 3 minutes and leaves hair radiantly clean, radiantly lovely, presents The Life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. Tonight we visit with the Rileys for the last time until Friday night, August 27th. And on this au revoir, till we meet again on future Friday night, we see a new Chester Riley. Not the weary toiler trained to the field of industry, but a man who has dropped all workaday cares and is preparing to leave on a vacation.
Hi. Hey, I'm home.
Hello, dear. Hi,
hello, Pop. Hey, kids, you're looking at a free man. I just punched my last time card. I'm a retired man.
Well, only for 2 weeks, Pop.
Yeah, but it just seemed like a lifetime. I can hardly believe it. Monday, we hit the open road. What a wonderful feeling. I feel like a kid again. I feel like doing handsprings. I think I will.
No, Riley, wait.
Why not? Didn't I used to do handsprings to amuse Babs and Junior when they were little kids? Stand back.
Oh, Riley, are you hurt?
No. Oh. I guess these kids aren't as young as they used to be.
Junior, help me help Daddy up.
No, I'm okay, baby.
Take it easy, Pop. You don't want to spend your vacation in a cab.
Oh, don't worry. That couldn't happen. Nothing can spoil this vacation. Lady Luck is smiling on it. She's got a grin so wide I can see her tonsils.
Riley.
Well, what's the matter, Peg? You look worried.
Riley, just before you came home, we got a telegram.
Well, don't open it. I ain't going to let nothing spoil our vacation.
But, dear...
It may be an emergency. We'll open it when we get back.
Well, I already opened it.
Bad news?
It's from my father. He left New York yesterday, and he'll be here Monday.
Oh, good news.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way about Papa. I was afraid you'd make a fuss.
Why should I? Monday we won't be here.
Right. We can't go away. After all, he's my father.
I ain't giving up our vacation just because your mother made a mistake.
Now, Riley, I know you're kidding, but there's no reason why Papa can't come along. I'll wire him to meet us at Pine Tree Auto Lodge.
Now he pays his own way.
Well, of course.
You sure? Can he afford it?
Don't worry about Papa. Can we afford it?
Oh, don't worry. I've been saving for this all year. Right now I got $100 in my special vacation fund in the bank, ain't I?
Well, all right, dear. To tell you the truth, I could really use a vacation.
Fine. I'm tired of watching you wash dishes. That's why lately I've been going bowling right after dinner.
Oh, you've been so brave.
Yeah, and I'm a guy who provides for his family. I look ahead. When we got married 17 years ago, I promised you a vacation in a hotel. And I never go back on my word.
Well, there you have one side of the new, happy, pleasure-bound Riley. But now, as our hero enters his bank to withdraw the $100 that'll make his vacation dream a reality, he becomes yet another man. Riley, the financial wizard, who swings with an easy stride to the teller's window and says,
I'll take it in singles. I beg your pardon? Oh, Mr. Riley. I'm closing out my account today. Vacation, you know. I have your statement right here. Well, let's see now. I'll take it in singles. Certainly, sir. 1, 2... So, got it all. Keep counting. 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. $2.19. What do you mean, $2.19? Where's the rest of it? That's all there is, Mr. Riley. No, don't give me that. I wasn't born yesterday. I can read, you know. It says on the front window, assets over $300 million. So don't try to tell me you only got $2.19 in this bank. Come on, fork over some assets. Mr. Riley, the balance in your account is only $2.19. That is a lie. Look at my bank book here. I've been depositing $2 a week for 50 weeks. That's $100. Are you denying that? No, but your book doesn't show withdrawals, and there are quite a few. No. Yeah, I guess there was a few small emergencies here and there, but here's a withdrawal, $10 last October. Oh, yeah, well, look, let's not be so technical. Be a sport. Don't be like them other fellas with no guts. Give me the 100, huh? I'd like to, sir. You won't miss it. This is a big bank. You've got 100 branches. That's only $1 a branch. And then in November, you withdrew $15. I'll take 50. Christmas, you withdrew... I'll take 25. In April, you... 25, and that's my final offer. You made 3 withdrawals in May. Give me the $2. I'm quitting while I'm ahead.
But all is not lost, for outside the bank doors, fate is waiting. Fate in the person of one Thomas Malloy, an old Brooklyn friend of Riley's, and currently employed as a gardener at one of California's most exclusive all-year resorts, the Escudero State Prison Farm. And as Riley stumbles out of the bank, he bumps smack into Fate.
Hey, sir, look where you're going. Well, excuse me.
Hey, wait. Ain't you Riley?
Yeah, but I...
Chester Riley?
Yeah, that's right, but I...
Dog-faced Riley?
Yeah, but...
Quit for crying out loud. I knew you the minute I seen you. You ain't changed a bit.
Hey, wait a minute. You're Malloy, ain't you?
Yeah.
Tommy Malloy?
Yeah, that's me.
Take your hat off.
It's off. Flathead Malloy. You remember.
Hiya, Flathead.
Hiya, dog-faced.
Where'd you get to California?
Been there 15 years.
No kidding. I've been out here 10. You live in Los Angeles or in Baja, California?
No. Up north at the farm. I'm down here with the missus on my vacation.
Farm? What farm is that?
Escudero Farm.
Escudero?
Don't tell me you've been to California all these years. You never heard of the Escudero State?
Oh, yeah, Escudero. Well, sure. Sure, I heard of it. Up around San Diego there.
No, the other way, dear. San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, sure. You work there?
Yeah, good job. Gardener. Got my own little cottage. Beautiful spot. Lake, woods. But I like to get away a couple of weeks every year, you know. You get tired of seeing the same old faces.
Yeah, I feel like that, too. The trouble is I ain't got no place to go on my vacation.
Hey, I'm in the same fix. I couldn't get a hotel room here in town. So the missus is staying with her cousin, and I'm at the Y. Ain't much fun.
Malloy.
What's the matter, Riley? Let go of my lapel.
Malloy, this is safe. I got a house for you, right here in town.
You have? Whose?
Mine. You can stay there 2 weeks rent-free.
Well, where are you going to stay, Riley?
Up at your cottage.
You wouldn't want to do that.
Why not? You said it's beautiful up there.
Oh, sure, but after all, it's still not the type
Malloy, I'm desperate. I can't face my family unless I got a place. You got to trade with me.
Well, it's okay with me.
Oh, thanks, Malloy.
You always did have peculiar ideas. I'll wire the suit and pen and tell him you're coming.
It's a deal. Here's the key to my house.
Where's the address?
The address is on the key.
Oh.
We leave tomorrow morning. I'm moving anytime you want.
Okay, only are you sure you want to go to the farm? Your family?
They'll love it. Malloy, I can't tell you how I appreciate this. Well, so long, pal. As the saying goes, I'll see you in jail.
You ain't kidding.
How much profit is this place,
Won't
Bob?
be long now. We'll make it before midnight. Gee, it was swell. Muley Durkin will lend me his car.
Yes, but my back's still sore from cranking it.
I know, Dumpling, but cheer up. Next time it's Babs' turn.
I hope we're on the right road this time. Oh, what a way to start a vacation. We can't even find the place we're going to. And heaven only knows what we'll find when we do get there. At least we know what Pine Tree Lodge is like.
Oh, Pine Tree Lodge. What do they got there? A couple of pine trees, dried up lakes.
Well, I don't see what fun you can have on a farm.
Now, will you all quit griping and relax? We're on a vacation. Believe me, going to this farm is the best thing could happen to us.
Hey, Pop, I think this is it.
Yeah. Look at this big gate. Wait, I'll switch on my bright light. Here, you see?
Hey, here comes a guy, Pop.
Yeah. Hi, is this the Escudero farm?
That's right. State your business.
My name is Riley.
Riley?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. You're staying in Malloy's cottage.
Uh-huh.
Right up the road, first cottage on your left. Can't miss it.
Oh, thanks, kid.
Wait, I'll open the gate. You may enter.
Some gate. I guess you need it to keep the riffraff out.
Out? That's very jolly.
Well, here we are, gang. Kind of dark to see, but this place sure looks neat. Look at that lawn peg and those flowers. Hey, this is pretty swank.
Riley, that man at the gate, was he wearing some kind of uniform?
Oh, yeah. I think he was. Hey, you know what? They must have paying guests at this farm. Lots of stylish farms work that way, huh?
But why the uniform?
Well, because he's the bellhop, that's why.
A bellhop?
Sure.
With a gun?
Well, sure, in case the guests don't tip him. What gun?
Oh, Junior, did you say that man had a gun?
Well, I think so.
Oh, come on. He's seeing things. What would a bellhop want with a gun? Well, here's the cottage. Oh, she's cute.
Oh, let's not unpack. Let's go right to bed. I'm dead. We got to be up early and meet my father at the station.
Yeah.
Help me with these bags, Junior.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Smell that air. Peg, I can hardly believe we're here. Our first real vacation together.
It's wonderful, dear.
You know, Peg, we should have put a little item in the society page. You know, like, just arrived at the Escudero farm for an indefinite stay is Chester A. Riley and his ball and chain. Well, good morning, kid.
Good morning, Pop.
Morning, Daddy.
Have a good night's sleep?
Oh, swell.
Oh, my room's really lovely.
See, I told you you'd like it up here. Leave it to me. The old man never steers you wrong.
Let it up yet?
No, I let it sleep. You kids been outside yet?
Not yet.
Well, I think I'll take a look around. How do you like this get-up, huh? White shoes, green flannels, blue jacket, red beret. Sporty, huh?
Daddy, don't you think you're a little too sporty for a print concert?
Oh, no, why, green flannels are... you really think it's a little too dressy, huh? I wouldn't want the men around here to think that I'm putting on the dog. I wonder what's the right kind of outfit for a place like this, huh?
Oh, look, there's a couple of men out there across the lawn.
Oh, yes, they're just wearing blue denims and no shirts.
Oh, informal. Well, then I'll wear my blue denims, too. Then they won't think I'm snooty or something. I just want to be one of the boys.
What are they doing there?
Well, it looks like they're driving spikes into the ground.
What are they doing that? Oh, I know. They're going to pitch horseshoes. Nothing like a game of horseshoes before breakfast. Junior, get me my blue denims and no shirt. I think I'll join the gentlemen. Hi there, fellas.
Hiya, Mac. Hi. You're new in here, ain't you?
Yeah, just got in last night. You guys been here long?
Yeah, 3 months. A year for me.
A year? Say, you must like it. I wish I could stay that long.
You hear that, Joe?
First, I didn't know if I was going to be at Pine Tree Lodge or Laguna Beach, but I'm lucky I wound up here.
First, I didn't know if I was going to be in Alcatraz or San Quentin. I'm lucky I wound up here, too.
That's a good one. You got a sense of humor, brother.
You ain't doing so bad yourself.
You married?
Yeah.
I'd like your wife to meet my wife.
I don't think it could be arranged, Mac. The little woman's doing a stretch up at the Hatchapee. They call her Stir-Crazy Stella.
The Hatchapee, huh? And I bet your kids are in Kingston.
Only the older one. The little kid turned state's evidence.
State's evidence? I like the way you guys talk. You ain't snooty. Here, let me give you a hand with that sledgehammer.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll steal a quick smoke.
Oh, this is fun.
Hey, he's got a load of the comic there, Fingers. Yeah, a regular red skeleton. Hey, watch it, Fingers. Here comes the bad news.
What'd you say, fellas?
Hey, you guys. They need 3 men to clean out the stables. Get going on the double.
Hey, wait, don't go, fellas. We're going to pitch horseshoes.
You're what?
I said we're going to pitch horseshoes. You want to clean the stables, buddy? Clean them yourself. Come on, fellas. Get the horse.
I must be hearing things.
Well, that's not all you're going to hear if you don't beat it.
What?
How do you like that guy? Smart Alex Bellhot trying to tell the guests what to do.
Why?
You get such fresh help nowadays.
Why, you line up, all of you.
Hey, fellas, what are you putting your hands up for? Don't let him scare you just because he's pointing a gun at you. A gun? Don't shoot. I'll put my hands up. They're up. Look, higher than anybody.
The wise guys are always the yellow bellies. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. They sent you to a nice prison farm when you ought to be in the pen. Well, I'll show you. About face. In the warden's office. March! No talking. Shut up!
But you don't know who I am. My name is... I forgot my name. What's my name? I can't... Oh, Riley. I'm Riley.
Oh! You the guy staying up at Malloy's cottage?
Yeah, my wife...
Why didn't you say so? Go on back to the cottage and stay away from the prisoner.
Yes, sir. I didn't know. You're not kidding me, are you? This is really a prison farm? It ain't a summer resort?
If it is, then this is the first summer resort where every guest has a lawyer trying to cancel his reservation.
A prison farm? What did my wife say? What did my kids... Well, my father-in-law? When he hears I took my family to a prison... They're hanging an innocent man.
We'll hear the second act of The Life of Riley in a moment.
More people are buying more Prel than ever before.
Yes, Prel, Procter & Gamble's Radiant Cream Shampoo. More people are buying more Prel for two reasons.
First, for a more radiant you, it's Prel shampoo. Because Prel leaves hair more gloriously radiant than any soap shampoo, cream or liquid. It can't leave a dulling soap film. And after a Prel shampoo, your hair is dreamy soft, satin smooth, easy to care for.
Second, Prel removes embarrassing dandruff in as little as 3 minutes. Leaves hair sparkling clean, well-groomed.
And shampooing is fun with that Prel tube. No messy jars, no slippery bottles.
And Prel goes farther than any other known shampoo, cream, or liquid, because it's concentrated for economists. So try Prel, the only Radiant Cream Shampoo.
Prel shampoo leaves hair radiant, streaming bright. Not a bit of dandruff is in sight. Comes in a tube, handy too. Prel shampoo.
Buy Prel. And now back to The Life of Riley with William Bendick as Riley.
Riley, what on earth?
Peg.
Why, you look as if you've seen a ghost. What's the matter?
Nothing. Peg, start packing.
What? What are you talking about?
Let's go home. I don't like it here. I feel all cooped up.
Well, you were the one who insisted
I know, but I was wrong. Listen, I ain't perfect. I admit it. Now, let's go home.
Now, look, in the first place, your friend Malloy's got our house. In the second place, my father will get here today.
But, Peg...
You're too used to the city, dear. You feel strange, naturally. Oh, come on, give it a chance. We can always leave. After all, we're not in prison.
Let's go home.
Riley, you don't make sense. Now, come on. I haven't even been out yet. Show me around.
No, don't go out.
Oh, darling. What's wrong, dear?
Nothing. Just let's go home.
Oh, Mother,
Babs, you were out there. Come in quick. Shut the door.
Well, Daddy, what's wrong? Your father's decided he doesn't like this place. Well, why not? I think it's swell. Oh, I met some awfully cute fellows. And how those farm boys got a line. One of them said I'm the most beautiful girl he's seen in 10 years.
Oh, no.
I'm going to like it here.
Oh. Pop.
What is it, Junior?
A guy just took a shot at me.
What?
I didn't do anything. I was just climbing a fence.
Are you sure? Riley, what kind of a place is this? Why should somebody try to shoot Junior?
Well, the hunting season. That black and white sweater he's wearing, they mistook him for a skunk.
You're hiding something from me.
Well,
Oh, come in.
Mrs. Riley, here's a dozen eggs for you. Compliments of the warden.
The warden?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Warden.
No, the warden
Well, what warden?
of the prison farm.
What prison farm?
Escadero State Prison Farm.
Where's that?
Where's that? Don't look now, madam, but you're in it. Today.
Jester Riley.
Now, let's look at the bright side. We've all got ourselves pegged.
Jester Riley. You brought us...
But, Peg...
I'm speechless.
But, Peg, I can explain.
I'm speechless.
Peg, it was all...
I'm absolutely speechless.
I know you're speechless, but let me get a word in this one.
How could you? Oh, never mind me or your children. But my father...
Please, Meg. Don't cry. I can't stand people who cry.
To break your family.
I know, Peg, I know. Anything you say, I deserve. You can't feel any worse than I do. Just say the word and I'll go up to the warden and ask him to give me the chair. Believe me, I'm no good on earth. Ticket.
Greetings, folks. You're all looking fine. Very natural.
Ticket, what are you doing here?
I'm visiting an unfortunate friend of mine who's ensconced here. A member of my profession. They caught him juggling his figures. Oh, they nabbed him before he had a chance to cover up.
You mean he's a prisoner here? How awful.
Well, he's not too unhappy. They put him to work doing something he likes. He's out in the field all day, landing.
Mr. Odell, how did you know we were here?
I saw your dear little lad, Junior, running in here. What on earth are you doing on a prison farm?
Riley brought us up here on a vacation.
Well, it was a mistake.
Yeah, some vacation.
Riley, how could you do such a dastardly deed?
I know, Digger. I deserve to be laid out.
Sorry, I'm on a vacation myself. But what are you dear people going to do? You can't stay here.
And we can't go home. Somebody's living in our house. And my father's coming. Oh, this is awful.
Easy, Mrs. Riley. I always like to size up the problem and carry it out. Eureka, I had it.
What, Digger?
I have a cottage I go to on my vacation, not far from here. You're all invited to join me.
Oh, no, we couldn't impose.
Nonsense. I insist. There's oodles of room.
Oh, Digger, you're a lifesaver. I'll never be able to thank you. Bad, Peg, get the bag. Just get out of here right away. We'll meet your father at the station.
Well, all right. Come on, children.
Your cottage, is it far from here, Digger?
You take Highway 395. Turn left at Marble Canyon. Keep going till you get to Monument City. Don't stop there. It's a ghost town. Head south toward the Black Mountains. And when you cross the county line, there you are.
Where?
Death Valley. And I'll be waiting for you. Well, cheerio. I'd better be doubling off.
Okay, let's go. Close the door, Junior. What time is your father's train get in, Peg?
9:30.
Just make it. I can't wait to get out of this joint.
Riley, don't you think you better stop and get a pass?
We don't need a pass.
But I think you do need a pass to get out.
Not me. We can get out without a pass. You see, the gate is open.
Well, at least stop at the gate and tell the man.
I ain't stopping for nothing. I can't get out of here fast enough.
But Riley,
please, Peg, let me handle this. Did I ever steer you wrong?
Hey, Pop, look, the man at the gate is waving at us.
All right, so wave back. Goodbye. Goodbye. Well, we're out. What did I tell you? No trouble at all. Now, everybody relax and forget what's behind us.
Riley, stop the car. They think we're escaping. Riley, there's somebody. Stop the car. Mr. Riley, I told you to get a pass. Do you realize you could have gotten a bullet in your brain?
come to the conclusion that it has to be a pretty smart bullet to find my brain. I tell you, folks, it's a losing fight.
The Rileys will be back in just a moment. Everyone's praising wonderful Prell, Procter & Gamble's Radiant Cream Shampoo in the handy tube. From Dunkirk, New York, Mrs. Peter J. Powers writes,
My blonde hair has always been dull and drab looking, but things are different since I discovered Prell. Thanks to Procter & Gamble, I found the ideal shampoo for me.
Friends, one trial and you'll agree. Prell leaves hair more radiant than any soap shampoo. Removes unsightly dandruff quickly. Join the millions who ask for Prell.
Prell shampoo leaves hair radiant, gleaming bright. Not a bit of dandruff is in sight. Comes in a tube, handy too. Prell shampoo.
Where's your father, Peg?
Oh, he went for a walk with the kids. He loved it here.
It's a gorgeous spot, all right.
It's beautiful. Oh, it's very sweet of you, Mr. Odell, to invite us here.
The pleasure is all mine. I enjoy having people around that you can talk to. It's a nice change. Tupperman, we're going to have a great vacation.
No thanks to you, number 10654.
Now, Peg, don't be like that. Forgive and forget. Be yourself.
All right, dear. I guess you can't help being yourself.
That's the way I like to hear you talk, Dumplin. Remember, this is our first real honeymoon. Come on, give me a little kiss, huh? Don't mind me, folks. Go right ahead. I'll just lie here and play dead. Folks, this is Riley, alias William Bendix, wishing you a very pleasant summer and hoping you'll help us live the life of Riley when we return to the air in 8 weeks. We'll be back on Friday night, August 27th. Remember, won't you? Starting August 27th, we'll be visiting with you on Friday nights instead of Saturdays on this same station. And we're looking forward to seeing you all. So, until then, good luck.
Procter & Gamble invites you to join us again on Friday night, August 27th, to hear The Life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. Remember, in the future, The Life of Riley on Friday night. The script is by Reuben Shipp and Alan Lipscott. Direction by Mick Linden. Music by Lou Cosmo. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow. Digger Odell is John Brown. Junior is Tommy Cook. Babs is Barbara Eiler. And Malloy is Alan Reed. The Life of Riley is produced by Irving Breslin. And remember, for radiantly clean, lovely hair, get the shampoo in the tube. P-R-E-L-L, Prell Shampoo.
In the factory, on the farm, in the home.
Hey, Mom, where's the lava soap?
Where's the lava soap? Wherever hands get extra dirty, you will find L-A-V-A, lava soap. Because in every inch of lava's snowy lather, 50,000 tiny scrubbers get the deep dirt from skin crevices, between fingers, around knuckles and nails. Yes, lava gets the deep dirt and grime ordinary wash-ups miss. With lava, hands soiled by machine oil, grease, dirt, come sparkling clean in 30 to 50 seconds. Mrs. James Diggins of Cambridge, Massachusetts says,
I drive a taxi, and the grime I pick up from the steering wheel from changing tires is plenty tough to get off. But it's no match for lava soap. Lava gets my hands really clean, quick.
Yet lava is gentle enough even for children's tender skin. So get the soap that gets the dirt. Get lava soap.
This is Ken Niles reminding you to listen again on Friday night, August 27th, when Prell will again bring you The Life of Riley. And now stay tuned for Truth or Consequences. Good night and happy summer!
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.